Live. And so yeah, was that the first time you saw it? We're discussing the documentary, which was The Price of Honor, which is about the trial that's occurring right now with Said, Yaser Said. He is a standing trial for killing his two daughters, Amina and Sarah, after his wife brought them back to him, and it was an honor killing considered by investigators because they were dating non-Muslim boys. And there's a documentary again called The Price of Honor. You can watch it on Amazon Prime, and I think it is also on YouTube. So I can put my camera on, but I fresh out of the lake. I look like a lunatic. Okay, but here's a wreck. If anybody else saw it, who else was here? Anybody else to come on? What did you think, Robbity Bub?
It was quite interesting because throughout the interviews, I kept feeling some compassion for the mother because I understand how battered women are, and I do believe that she was probably under his control since she was 14. I think they said she met him, but then she kept changing her stories. One minute she was saying how scared she was, and then in the next interview,
Right.
she was smiling.
The one with the knife, when she said in the one interview, she was like, he made me do that. I was so scared. And then she was like, oh, is this a joke? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was confused by that. Now, that could be because the people who were producing it did that on purpose. You know how sometimes they move things around?
Yeah, they can. But I don't know. Did you see her on the stand?
I just went in just before and read an article about it. Yeah.
On the stand,
and she said she was terrified of him.
Yeah, but on the stand, she had like a smile, like a duper's delight smile on her face. She was really I don't know, the mother really turned me off because see, I was the opposite. Before I saw the documentary and before I saw her on the stand, I'm thinking like maybe what you thought. But then when I actually saw her and when they said on the stand you knew that it was a real possibility that he would kill those girls, and she said yeah.
The article I just read said that she did know, and the daughter knew too, that when they returned,
right,
they could be killed by the father.
Right, and the one daughter didn't want to go at all, and she tricked her.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the mothers.
I was when we were watching it and talking about it last night. I kept thinking, well, we don't know what he said to her on the phones because remember he kept phoning her and contacting her. And he could have said to her things like, if you don't come back, I'll find you all and chop you up into little bits, or who knows what he threatened.
Yeah, but wouldn't you think, like he said, she says he wouldn't let her go with them, but then said, I'm going to take them out for something to eat. Why wouldn't she just have called the police immediately?
She should have called the police. She should have. Mm-hmm. Because she knew what he was going to do. I do believe she does know what he was going to do.
Exactly. Yeah, and I saw her on the stand and everything. It was just, I don't know. She was, hey, Cranky Babishka. Did you watch the documentary, Cranky Babishka? I wonder if she did. I did not see. Oh, you didn't see it, but knew about it.
No, she wasn't there.
Okay. Let's see. Who else saw the documentary? I think
people are still coming in, Caroline.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember.
Not a lot of people in chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who was here. Nicole, you didn't see it? You didn't see that? Yeah, Nicole, you saw the documentary, didn't you?
I all saw it.
Yeah, so Cranky, yeah, of course, Cranky says, of course the mom knew it was an honor killing. Yeah, something about the mother just, I don't know. And then the brother was the one that was helping to hide him for 3 years along with the uncle. You do know the case though. Oh, okay, Cranky. I think, with the 911 call, I can't see how they're not going to convict him.
No. And there would have been DNA in the car as well of him.
Well, they were saying something like there wasn't a lot of evidence like that. You would think there would be, yeah. And I don't know because I haven't seen that far in the trial yet. Cranky, what is the DNA evidence that they have on him?
Cranky says in chat, no, I don't know the case though.
No, I do know it. I think. Do
Oh,
know it.
okay.
Yeah, she knows. She knows it. Didn't see the documentary. Hi, Debbie L. Hi, Chris Ree. I hope you're feeling better. But it was.
It was a very good documentary, but as I say, I don't know whether the producers actually made it one-sided. But the father was definitely guilty, and it would be interesting to see what he did for 12 years, where he was hiding.
Yeah. Well, he was hiding in Texas mostly. In the apartment. Hi, Deidre. So, let's see. I've been working on the table behind me, doing the gold. It looks so. I sponged gold actually on it and then did the trim, and I really like it. And I haven't put the varnish on yet. I'll show it to you later. But hi, Jenny D1. So I think I'm trying to remember who was in there. There was Gail. There was Robbie Bob. I think there was Nicole. I know. Nicole, didn't you see this? He murdered them in the taxi cab. Yes, he did. But I don't know about, oh gosh, I've got to end my swimming workout. It still thinks I'm swimming. Hold on. How the heck? All right.
Alicia was there.
Oh, Alicia?
Deborah was there.
Oh, yeah, where is Alicia B? So I'd like to hear her take on it. Alicia? Yeah, and how come Deborah, come up? I know that, hi Tammy Flo. I know that Scooter has seen it before, but Scooter's probably in her hotel bed. And Linda, you didn't see it. I don't remember.
Debbie D was there.
Oh, Debbie D was there, right? Debbie D.
Hmm.
Debbie D. Well, one was in the passenger seat, Deidre. One girl was in the passenger seat, and one girl was in the back seat. And the girl that was in the back seat was shot 9 times. And I believe that's the daughter that called. You watched it a while ago, Chris Ree? Deborah, did you see this? Did you want to come on and talk about this? Hey, Jeanette. The trial is a formality because you think the trial is a formality, Jeanette? I don't think it's a formality. I don't think it's a formality. You can never know. A lot of people thought it was a slam dunk with Casey Anthony, and she got off. Look at Redlick, Jeanette. You can never say. So you think the mom was young, vulnerable, and uneducated, and she was not a strong person at all? I don't know, because she took off with those kids. So I don't know. I think if you weren't a strong person at all, and you've already taken off from with the kids, and they said that she has left him other times. Thought. So
there was there was a Muslim man that was talking about that he didn't believe it was an honor killing because
right.
the father wasn't really a practicing Muslim.
Right.
Even though he was Muslim, he wasn't practicing. So, and normally with those honor killings, it's sort of like a family thing as well, where they talk about it. But I would say that the father was very dominating, and he probably was embarrassed because he had sold her off to an old Egyptian man, and she
47-year-old, yeah.
wouldn't go. Yeah. So
Tammy,
I'd say that he was probably dishonored by it, in his mind anyway.
right. And Tammy Flo, I'm very sorry to hear about your mother. And and your dad, I hope he has a full recovery. And I know anesthesia can wreak havoc even on someone that doesn't have Alzheimer's. So, yeah, if it does anything, like, it can make him very disoriented. I mean, my father, like, we thought something happened to him for like 2 weeks because he wasn't himself. So I can just imagine what it must do to someone that's already having memory and mind problems. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. Condolences, Tammy Flo. Prayers. Jeanette, honor killings is not only religion. Jeanette says, okay. If she was really motivated and strong, she would have gotten a job, stayed away, and fended for herself, in my opinion, Flo says. Jenny D1.
Flo, I actually sort of agree with you, because he got her when she was 14, and he would have, affected her, what way she developed and the way she thought. And I sort of did feel sorry for her, but then I didn't like the way that 1 minute she was saying he scared her, and then in the next interview she was saying, oh, that was all a joke.
Yeah,
He didn't mean it.
That made me really suspect. Hey, Billy Boy Blue. Yeah, the link is in Slack, Deborah. Yep.
Because I've been a battered woman, and you might not want to tell the world, but you don't say anything usually.
Right.
You don't go and say, oh, that was all a joke, with a smile on your face. If you did say it, you would look away and be a bit embarrassed about the way you say it.
Right. But see, to me, it makes it sound like she was saying it early on, where that she was almost pretending about it. You know what I'm saying? That she was trying to make it sound. I think those interviews that they showed
were different times.
Yes, were right in the beginning, and I think was she trying to put on that she was scared? Because that is a very weird photo. It almost does look like it's some kind of a sick joke. The way they took the photo with the knife on her neck. I don't know. Hey, Nicole. Hi, Sammy Neiman. Sammy, did you watch it?
Sammy was there?
Yeah, Sammy, I think, was there watching. Did you watch it, Sammy? I think she did. Here's Deborah Vancouver. Let's see. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So you watched it, right?
I did watch it, and actually, I remembered that I'd seen it some time back. I didn't mind watching it again because I needed a bit of a refresher on it, you know?
Right.
I was always with the mother. That's what really got me too. The mother, the way that she was about the whole thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, she she'd say, well, oh, he was such a great father. And,
Oh yes,
you know,
that too.
yeah,
He was such a great father and wasn't creeped out by those videos. That creeped me the freak out.
yeah. And then how abusive he was
Yeah, and what was
towards
that?
her.
But how come some people were saying the kids were kicked in the mouth, that their braces became one with their lips, and then the other one was saying no, that didn't happen? They never even had braces. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
it did.
the mother said that she never had braces. Her sister was the one, I think, that said it about the braces. I could be wrong on it, but I'm pretty sure the mother said, well, she never had braces. And, the mother just, actually, even watching it the second time, and like I said, it was some years ago when I saw it, because didn't this occur like in 2007? I want to
Yeah,
say, and
2008.
eight. Yeah, I
Yeah.
knew it was. Yeah, and I just, I don't know. How could she be this dumb? I mean, she just seemed responsible to a degree with me on the whole thing. She really did. I don't know. It seemed like she told so many lies and covered for him. And didn't she marry, like, she was married to his brother, wasn't she?
No, not married. I think she had originally started to maybe be interested or date him or something. Didn't wasn't it? But then it no, she wasn't married to him.
Okay. But she had like a relationship or something with him,
Something either.
right?
I don't even know if maybe like she was originally interested in him and then. Do you remember, Robbie?
Yes, she was only like 14 though when she started her relationship with this family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she was just fascinated by it all,
Yeah, I'm
and I
just
do recall she
saying.
was with the older brother, and then she went off with the other one and got married to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, that's what I thought too.
Mm.
Something like that. Uh-huh. Well, I don't know. She bothers me. The mother just
Oh, she
bothers me.
bothers
The
me
whole
too.
thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
I
Liz,
get a bad
Um,
vibe.
Liz, Lisa's here
mm.
now. She was there last night.
Hi, Liza.
Hi, Liza. Hi, chat. Hi, everybody.
So
Yeah, it's
why
a
would
really
he
good
not take her?
documentary, and if anybody in here is interested in the story, I mean, it's an older story, but I guess it's interesting.
I think
And
he'll be found guilty too,
they've
Jeanette.
never.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry,
No,
Carolyn.
I was just telling
They've
Jeanette I think he'll be found guilty. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they've never found any of them, the brothers or him or
They did.
anything, have they?
Yeah, they found the brother or they found the son. They're both in prison. One got 12 years, one got 10
Oh, okay. But they
for
haven't
aiding
found
and abetting.
the, but they haven't found the dad. Is
Oh
that
no, they
it?
found him. He's on trial now.
Oh, okay. I was just,
Yep.
yeah, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
He's on trial
that
Finally.
part
right
wasn't
right
in the
now.
documentary, Deb.
Yeah.
So where was he arrested? Where was he?
He was in Texas.
Oh, so he was in Texas.
The son was harboring him in different apartments with the brother. The brother was also helping. His brother, yeah.
Oh,
And the son.
oh my God. Gee, that took a lot of years
Yeah.
to bring it to trial, didn't it?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. And the thing is to use religion or so-called, it's not religion, it's not part of their religion, it's a tribal thing.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
to use that. And which one of them, didn't one of them kill somebody before or something?
Yeah,
I think he did. He ran somebody over
That's
3 or
right.
4
Yes,
times.
Yeah.
yes.
And then I can't remember what they said happened with that.
She said that the father paid all the law enforcement off and got him off.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's what she said. Yep. Yeah. So, I think he was just psycho. And the way he stalked those girls, she'd be at work, and remember that
Yeah,
part?
she's
And he goes,
smiling at the customers, and she's like, and then see the mother was acted weird there. You know, she was like, oh, she's supposed to smile at the customers, like it, and it almost seemed like she was taping him, taping her. It was weird.
yeah.
There was some weird stuff there, like really weird.
She just seemed complicit in the thing, and then he goes, she's in trouble.
Yeah, she's in trouble.
You know,
I'm like, ugh.
yeah, and, ugh, ugh.
Ugh.
And we did discuss after the documentary that we did wonder whether she had a lot of compassion for her children. Maybe she was one of those mothers who didn't quite have enough maternal instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, most mothers would die for their kids, but not all mothers do. So
Right.
we did wonder that as well. Because
And
really,
even-
I don't
And
know,
it
because
even
she
where they-
sat there and she had lost all her kids at that point because she didn't even know where her son was. Well, she's telling everybody she doesn't know where her son was, but even if she knew where he was, she probably couldn't have contact with him. And you would think, okay, she lost both her daughters and her son, basically. Her husband's gone, and she's entirely by herself. And she didn't look like she was... I don't know. I just saw her sitting on the couch, and she didn't seem too distraught.
And the way that those beautiful girls were laid to rest,
Yeah.
you know, in that horrible.
Cemetery. Oh, yeah, and the sister telling her, please don't leave them here. And she's like, no, I'm going to leave them here.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing about the mother, so creepy and horrible. I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
But she never got in any trouble for anything over this, did she, the mother?
No, but she had other stuff for fraud or writing bad checks or something, right? Didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, some other stuff.
Well, anyway, I really feel that she was responsible, and I mean, she's the one that went back and
she took them back.
kept hounding her daughter to come back and all that stuff, and you know.
Yeah, because it sounded like one didn't come back, and then she hounded her until
Yeah,
she
yeah,
came back.
and then yes, and then did something real sneaky. They said like texted her from the sister's phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
yeah,
So
and then
tricked her.
she even told the boyfriend, "I'm not coming back. I won't be back.
Yeah.
I'm going to be killed." So if she's telling the boyfriend, she had to be telling her mother the entire way, he's going to kill me.
Yeah. Yeah, the document I read just before, it said the girl knew that he would kill her.
Yes.
I think she'd been saying that for a while.
Yes,
that
and what
she
about
knew.
the phone calls though? The mother called the father like right after the girls were shot.
Yeah, it was just a matter of minutes, I
Yeah,
think.
and
or
she had a
so.
bunch of other weird phone calls to that place in Beverly Hills that, or by there. She said it was about puppies, maybe they were selling. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
phone calls to her son, and I don't know. It's just. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel least bit sorry for the mother, just the way that she was with the whole thing. I don't know. I thought she was just horrible. And it's like her sister seemed to know what was going on. And who was that
her
other
sister
lady?
did. And where was her mother? I wonder where her mother was, if her mother was still alive, because there was that other aunt that said she knew. She knew that was the aunt of the mother.
The blonde
She was
lady.
the girl's great aunt, and I think she was the mother's aunt.
Yeah. And the situation with the boyfriend's mother too.
Yeah,
All of
did you
that.
find something was odd there?
Yep.
Here's what I found. Okay, it almost seemed like they wanted to be included in, like, maybe I have no doubt that she cared for the girl, But I am not so sure that I believe that he really was the current boyfriend and that it wasn't
Right,
the boyfriend that testified, Eddie,
right,
because
right.
she's trying to say, oh, the reason they took Eddie is because she wanted to deflect it, but then why wouldn't the other girl have taken another guy?
That's
Yeah,
very
And
true.
and that doesn't make
I
sense
was
because
confused.
then she's going to
Yeah,
put Eddie in danger and get Eddie killed. You know,
Yeah,
that's right.
it's something
Yes.
didn't add up. Something didn't add up there,
Yeah.
and the mother was like, the the mother of the boy was like, I don't know. I felt like she was putting it on when she was at the cemetery.
yeah. It seemed a bit staged.
Something, yes, something seemed like she wanted to be in there, and she wanted her son to be in there. Like she was saying, oh, they were going to get married, and then did he have a black eye, or was that just something with his skin? That drove me nuts.
I was wondering if that was a birthmark of
See, I didn't know.
Yeah, it
At
was
first,
sort of a brown birthmark.
okay, because at first I was thinking it was a remnant of a black eye, and then I'm like, why would he have a black eye? And then just yeah, but
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think to me it would kind of look like a birthmark on, when I looked again. But yeah, that I don't know. I don't know
I don't
if
know because
she.
why? I'd like to read up more on that because why is he going to take the stand at all? Is the mother? Where are those people today?
Yeah, we want to hear from
Yeah.
Eddie.
Because Eddie was on the stand,
Yeah, we want to hear
Mm,
from Eddie
and they
because I wondered that too. I'm thinking she doesn't want, what was his name? Joseph
yeah.
to be killed, but it was okay for Eddie to get killed.
Right, and it was just weird, like when she said, "Oh, you kept your promise. That's why you." Like she seemed to push that narrative too much.
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just felt something was a little bit off there. And the other thing is, why would the documentary people not be speaking to Eddie? Even and why didn't they speak to Eric, the other two guys on the thing? Did they
Yeah,
not want to be in the documentary or what?
yeah,
I don't know because you would think they would get them. And if those guys are on the stand, then why is the prosecution calling Eddie to the stand instead of
yeah.
Joseph? And you know what I mean? So there was something that was a little weird there, that whole part of it. And
I
yeah, the martial
I have to
arts,
admit I would not want to be in the public eye around those men. Sorry, they were
right?
all
Oh
looked
yeah,
very
no
evil,
kidding. Oh no kidding, because one of the
very evil men.
they were threatening one of the documentary people, right? And they said they wouldn't contact
They
the
did,
family
they
anymore.
did,
Yeah,
they did threaten them
right.
because they actually stopped interviewing them after that.
Right, yep. And then the other thing was, I was surprised the girls took martial arts because I would think the father would, like, not want them to do that.
Yeah.
That didn't, I don't know, that didn't fit because I just didn't think he would want that.
And I kind of got the impression that not that the mother wanted the daughters to die, but somehow, and I don't know if I should use the word jealousy, but her husband was so preoccupied with those girls
Oh yeah, she
that
said that. Yep, they were daddy's girls,
she,
and
she must have felt somewhat neglected. And I mean, he was over the top, wasn't he? He was crazy
right, yeah, and she said the
with,
boy was a mama's boy, and the girls were daddy's girls.
so I don't know. Maybe she didn't feel that way, but kind of seemed like she could have,
Yeah,
you know?
and I don't know. They could have like kept the mother down, like because I don't know. I think the father thought he was very handsome or whatever, and the son and the probably they were like, oh, you're not. You stay there. You're. I don't know. I just feel like not a lot spoke about the relationship between the mother and the girls. Not a lot of her friends or anything. They didn't say, oh, she was so close to her mother. Or not many people talked about the mother in a good way.
Yeah, and I don't think the girls absolutely couldn't talk to her about what they were feeling about the father because she was just in total denial. Like, oh, he's a wonderful father. And he loved those girls and, all that stuff. So they're not going to talk to her
Right.
about
And
that
then when
stuff.
she said, "Oh, in court, that devil over there," I'm wondering how much that's staged. Like, the
Yeah.
prosecution telling her, "Oh, well, you point him out," or something, like, or somebody saying, "You better just act like you don't like him," or something, because your life could be on the line. Maybe you think you did something, that you're complicit with what he did. And so I don't know if she was coached on that, because it just is this that duper's delight smile I saw on her, and I can't get it out of my head. Hi, Marg, okay.
hmm And I mean, when on the documentary, when she was putting the tissue to her eyes, nothing else about her face said tears. Her nose wasn't red. I didn't see any actual tears coming out. That didn't even look real to me, so because she was dabbing her eyes, but for what reason? I couldn't see any reason. Usually you've got a bit of snot, excuse me, coming out, your nose is red, or you have tears, or something's going on with your face.
Yeah.
But nothing was happening there either. So I don't know. She was creepy to me. She was just
Yeah,
creepy.
I got a weird vibe from her too. Pretty
So,
weird vibe.
sh- um, so she'll be taking the stand.
She has already.
Oh, I haven't seen
Yeah,
that
but
yet. I'll have
you
to go
can
and
watch it
look.
on a rerun. Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's
Yeah.
when I see the duper's delight when she's on the stand, and then when they said, "Well, you knew that they could be killed, right?" And then she was like, "Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
gee,
yeah."
thanks, Mom.
So
Mm.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's just
Yeah, Carolyn, I'll go back and look. I haven't had a look. Yeah, so obviously, I mean, I saw the documentary, but obviously I'll have to go back and look at what's happened so far with the in court.
yeah, absolutely. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, it's supposed to be they're going to be calling 40 witnesses or something, so it should be interesting who they call this week. I don't know, so, but and the 911 call is very hard to listen to because the girl knew she was dying, and but they're saying that might be the key piece of evidence there to get him. Let me see something over here about forensic DNA.
I couldn't quite hear what she was saying, but she did say it was my dad shot me, didn't she?
Yeah, and that she was dying,
Yeah.
and yeah, let me see here. And this would be
So what's the maximum, that they can give him if they
life in
find him?
prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is life natural life or is life 25 years?
No, I think it's life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Okay, so that's your natural life.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Prosecution laid out the timeline on Friday up to Said's arrest. He'd been on the run since 2008. Investigators revealed that they had a close encounter with Said when he was on the run 3 years before they caught him, but he got away. An FBI agent told jurors what led them to the remote North Texas home where Said was ultimately arrested and what tipped them off to his whereabouts. Photos presented by the prosecution in court on Friday revealed just how close investigators were to catching him in August of 2017. That was when a sighting of the defendant at the defendant's son's apartment, said FBI agent Daniel Jimenez. Let's see. A maintenance worker at the Canyon Apartments in Bedford recognized Said while fixing the air conditioner inside an apartment that his son leased. By the time the FBI arrived and executed a search warrant, Said was gone. The defendant had escaped, said the FBI agent. Contacts are bothering me. Investigators believe that he escaped via the second floor balcony. Based on critical evidence left behind. There was a pair of prescription eyeglasses that were in the Rocky area Let's see. Basically, the balcony is up above when someone would have either climbed down or fallen down, jumped down, and landed in the rocky area, and that's where the eyeglasses were. Using a method called DNA kinship analysis, comprised of dried blood of the two murdered sisters and an oral swab of their mother, the FBI developed a DNA profile that matched the glasses to Said. It was the father of the deceased girls, said the FBI agent. And then the agent testified that following the incident, the FBI continued close surveillance of the Said family. And in August 2020, 3 years after the close call in Bedford, agents watched as Said's son and one of his brothers, Yassim, brought bags of food into a house in rural Justin, Texas that was leased by a member of the Said family. The two would leave with what appeared to be bags of trash. At night, there was a revelation as lights inside the home came on. There was a shadow of what appeared to be a human being walking from one side of the window to the next. Investigators got a search warrant, and on August 26, 2020, Said was found hiding out in the house. The defendant came out and surrendered, laid on the ground, and was handcuffed. Said's son and brother are serving time in prison for helping to hide him. Said showed little emotion as jurors were shown clothing the girls were wearing when they were killed. Forensics experts testified about their gunshot wounds. Amina was shot twice, while Sarah was shot 9 times. One medical examiner testified about which shots likely killed Sarah. Clearly, it's the ones involving the right lung, the liver, and the left kidney, said the Dallas County medical examiner, Dr. Janice Townsend Parchman. The prosecution is expected to rest their case on Monday. Oh, okay. It will then be the defense's turn to present its case to the jury. Oh, okay. So we could have, it's probably going to go, I don't think the defense is, I don't know how many people they're going to call, but
I wonder what he's going to say.
if he'll take, I doubt he'll take the stand. I doubt he'll take the stand.
And you know, when they showed where the cab was pulled over to the, you know, because he just left him in the cab, didn't he? Now, they talked
Yes.
about somebody probably having to been organized to pick him up, or someone was contacted to come and get him, because
Yeah.
they said if he was just walking down the street and he would have had blood all over him. And
He contacted his brother and said, meet me at some
Denny's.
cafe.
Denny's.
Denny's, yeah.
oh, okay. Huh.
I'm just trying to see about the DNA.
I would
And
say
the-
his brothers. I would say his brothers were in on it. That they knew he was going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, she knew something was going to happen, so I'm sure they did. You know, but so in where the cab was, now I did take a quick glance at the screen. Was that a residential area or a business
out-
area?
No, the
Outside a
Mandalay.
hotel.
Yeah, it was out the Mandalay. What was it? Some hotel. The Mandalay.
Oh, right.
Something.
Well, I imagine people heard the gunshots and called, or
I don't know.
No, they said that it was in a line of cabs that were to pick people up from the hotel, and somebody saw the girls and got somebody inside.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So whether he drove them there after he killed them, I don't know.
Right, and just left them there, and it wasn't even his cab, and it was that nobody even knew that he, he didn't even sign it out or something, the way he was supposed
Yeah,
to.
but the mother said that she said, and there was quite a delay in time after the incident. Finally, the mother said to the authorities or whatever that he worked for the cab company, and for them to, I guess they can see where their cabs are located
Right.
while they were, while they were looking for where the cab might be.
Thank you from Nazi. Thank you from Malaysia. I have a good friend that lives in Malaysia. Let me see. So yeah, it's just I'm just trying to find out about the DNA though, like because I know someone had said the defense said they didn't have a very good case besides the phone call, and that's why I'm trying to find out why his DNA wasn't found in the cab.
Well, it would have been on the seat of the cab.
Well, you would think, right? But let me see here. I mean, and then they're saying that, oh, he didn't kill them. Maybe it's going to say somebody else killed them. Let's see here.
Oh, but then he disappeared straight after the murders.
Yeah.
So he didn't wait to find out whether he was going to be prosecuted or not. He just disappeared straight after the murders. So even if he didn't do it, he organised it.
Right.
But if the girl called out on the phone that my dad is killing me, then that's pretty obvious.
But yeah, but they said that, oh, they did say this. They said it could be shock from her dying that she just said her dad.
I was kind of surprised that he didn't find a way somehow to get back to Egypt.
They said he didn't want to live in Egypt, though. That's what they were saying. He was too Americanized and he did not want to live back there.
But I mean, due to circumstances.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been living in an apartment and buildings and things like, and hiding.
Right, I know,
Well,
yeah.
What sort of life was that?
Does anyone know if DVC is single? Billy Boy's hitting on you. Thank you, Billy Boy.
I don't kiss and tell, Billy Boy.
Yeah, let's see. Just minutes after the girls' bodies were found by a Dallas hotel by a passerby. Yeah. Let's see. Position and control. Amina's then boyfriend, Edgar Ruiz, see, it says Edgar, told jurors about the escape plan, saying that Amina originally planned to leave on her own, but that he suggested she take Sarah and their mother so they could each protect each other. Eric Panamino, who dated Sarah, said he knew about the plan and had to keep his relationship a secret because something bad would happen to me or something bad would happen to her if Sarah's father found out. He will, without any drama or doubt, kill us, Amina wrote in an email to her history teacher, Renee Hopkins, on December 21st, 2007. He had made our lives a nightmare. He's one man, not God. The girls and their mother went to Oklahoma, where Owens had family on Christmas Day. She reported them missing to the... Said reported them missing to the police department. Amina and Sarah returned to Dallas on New Year's Eve after their mother convinced them. Said claimed he had changed. Edgar told jurors that the last words Amina told him before going back home was that he would never see her again. She knew she was going to die. Let's see.
I don't know why she went home.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was almost like she was just so worn down and mentally broken that she almost just resigned herself to that fate in some horrible way, you know?
Yeah. Apparently she had yeah. Apparently I thought they said she had some suicide attempts.
The mother?
Yeah.
No, the daughter.
Oh.
Did I say the wrong word then? Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'd have to watch it again to find that out.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that either, but
Yeah.
you can just imagine, you know, growing up in that household, and just the abuse all around, and I guess we don't really know the full extent of the abuse, do we? I mean, we know what the
No, because were they abused? Or I believe they probably were. I heard the way he spoke when he was filming those girls from behind was gruesome.
yeah, it was inappropriate to say the
Yeah.
least.
It was
So,
just the tone of his voice, and
oh yeah,
yeah. And the girls had said what he had done, and then they retracted it. But who knows why? But a lot of children do that.
yeah, yeah. I just think that all those years of all that and living underneath that kind of abuse emotionally, and I think it was almost like it just wore her down. She just relinquished, she just caved in. I guess that it just seemed like that could be a possibility of what happened, because she did know and think
Yeah.
apparently that he would take her life. But she still went back, and
Yeah.
then didn't he take her to I don't know if he took both girls to Egypt and was gonna do some
Yes.
kind of
He wanted to marry the oldest one off to a 47-year-old.
yeah.
And he was going to take her back again. Um, and then she was going to have no choice. That was one in the letters. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Girls' boyfriends testified Tuesday. Yeah, see it, but defense attorney Joseph Patton said in his opening statement that the government's evidence was circumstantial. So that's what I mean about the DNA. Somehow they don't. They said police were too quick to focus on Said as the killer and suggest an anti-Muslim bias steered the course of the investigation. Quoting him, saying, "It is wrong for the government to generalize an entire culture, criminalize an entire culture to fit their narrative and to fit their objective. The state wants to convict Yaser for being Muslim." In 2008, Patton told jurors that the girl's mother was never considered a possible suspect in the killings, nor was Amina's boyfriend. They were the last people to see Amina and Sarah alive. So they were focusing on the boyfriend and the mother doing something, and I don't know what. So that's what I'm saying. Where's the DNA evidence?
And this business about it being related to anything of the Muslim beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, didn't the sister or somebody say that there was no way religious? He didn't attend any kind of
Right, mosque or anything.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So have they kind of guesstimated the length they think the trial will be, or that's not been said?
Well, they said that it's going to rest on Monday. Let's see. So let's see. The aunt, Connie, the aunt, she took the stand too. Let's see what she did. Said's defense lawyers say they should have done more forensic testing to see if the boyfriends were involved in the killings. Amina's boyfriend, Edgar Ruiz, testified for the prosecution Tuesday. On Wednesday, defense lawyers questioned him about whether he knew Amina was still communicating with an ex-boyfriend. He said he did not. See? That's probably Joseph.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Because I thought there was something else too that was weird. Remember when the mother kept saying that Amina was saying like, "Oh, please let me talk to my angel." Please, it sounded like something had happened, right?
Yeah.
Please
Yep.
let me talk to him. Like, why would she say that if they were boyfriend and girlfriend? Why would she have to ask the mother? Please let me talk to
That's
him.
right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
strange.
Very strange.
Sounded like they got in a fight or something, and then they broke up, and then who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something's weird.
Maybe the relationship, as you said, wasn't presented as it truly was at the time in the documentary or something, you know?
Yeah.
And I wonder about, okay, I don't know, what year was that documentary?
I think it was 2012, it might have been. I think that's when it was.
So, I mean, if you're a prospective kind of witness or something, I don't know how that works when you're going to go on a documentary and say things. I don't know that either.
Yeah. Let's see. Just can't find anything about DNA, which is so crazy.
You'd think there'd be plenty of that.
I know, but why is the defense, saying that there isn't?
That is strange.
And what is? Oh, no.
Yeah, they probably would need the gun with his fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
It says after their father put a gun to Amina's head in 2007, the girls and their mother left their home before Christmas, according to prosecutors. Amina's history teacher allegedly claimed the 18-year-old wrote her an email about her plans to leave, saying he will kill us without drama or hesitation. By the time she was out of the house, she was demanding the teacher to keep her plans a secret. Let's see. His defense claims that no one will admit to seeing Said at the scene and that the police should have asked about Amina's boyfriend or the girl's mother. Amina and Sarah were last seen by them when they were alive. According to Amina's friend, Said and both girls were in his taxi just before the shooting, and he and his father followed them briefly out of concern. Amina's friend Edgar Ruiz explained, "She didn't look like she wanted to be there. Her eyes were filled with terror." After the murders, Said ran away and was found about 30 miles from the scene in 2020. His then 19-year-old son Islam and his brother Yasin were both held responsible for housing a wanted criminal. Islam was sentenced to 10 years and Yasin to 12 years in prison. After the arrest, let's see, he said, after the arrest, the mother said, "My daughters were kind, caring, smart, loved everyone, and helped everyone. They were two of the coolest kids in the world. And what happened to them wasn't fair. More than 58 people, including the girl's mother, regional and federal detectives, and experts on Muslim culture, are expected to be called for testimony." The judge also gave prosecutors permission to brief the jury on allegations that Said molested his own children. Those allegations were eventually dropped. The death penalty is not an option. If found guilty of capital murder, he would receive a life sentence with no possibility of parole.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to pay more attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm missing too much in the courtroom. I'm gonna have to catch up.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up with some of the testimony this tomorrow too.
And I'm gonna do a bit of more reading on it because I know at the time, like I said, when I first saw that documentary, I was interested in the story. And then I don't know what happened. It just went by the wayside. So,
Right.
so it's, yeah, and I'll do some reading on it and I'll catch up on what you've
Didn't-
posted too, Carolyn, and just do a bit of homework on this because I think last night, I watched like it was the second time I'd seen the documentary, but I was kind of doing things, around the house while I was watching. So,
Mike, they call him Mike.
yeah,
Mike, I
Mike's
tried to
here.
call you, Mike. I hope I got the right number because I texted you something. I hope it's the right person. Let's see. Yeah, because if it's not, hi Lucy.
They'll
Jay.
think, yeah. They'll think, gee, this is unusual.
Yeah, right. Who the heck is she? Okay.
Yeah.
And something that must change in society now. Lucy J, did you watch it? Sharon, you didn't watch it. You were out listening to your son.
Liza was there.
Liza was there.
Mm.
Oh, I thought Nicole Griffith was there too, wasn't she? She was.
Yeah. I think Nicole's gone to bed.
She's going to bed.
Yeah. She's going off on a camp tomorrow.
Monday.
Monday, is it? Oh.
Yep.
She might be fibbing because she said that she should go to bed, but she's not really tired.
I don't think she ever goes to bed, truthfully. She's up all the time. She's been up all day.
I fell asleep for a few hours last night, but it's all kind of melded into one thing, like I've kind of lost track of what day it is at the moment.
I know.
It's Sunday.
Like crazy, yeah.
It's Sunday afternoon here at 3 p.m. So, yeah, after watching the documentary and stuff, then I don't know, I think then it was, by the time all that finished and stuff, it was nearly Sunday after midnight. Then, so it's all just kind of melded into one big day.
Oh, you went to bed early, Nancy? Oh my goodness.
This is not allowed. We don't allow people to go to bed early here. Got to be the night owl person.
I like to go to bed early.
I like to go around, I do like to go around 12, 1 o'clock, but that's if I don't have to get up at 6. Then I don't like that, I like to make it a little bit earlier than that. Otherwise, I'm too kind of a little, I have to set the alarm too early to get myself fully awake so I can drive. So it's just not enough hours for me to do all of that.
Okay.
But if I don't have to get up, then 1 a.m.-ish is good or so. But it is what it is on the night that it is.
Yeah. Is that Deidre? Oh, sorry. Deidre's saying, do I remember the other honor killing? I wonder if it's the one that they mentioned in the documentary. Because they mentioned one and they called the mother and she said something like, well, the daughter should just die or something. Do you remember that?
Oh. No.
I wonder if that's that one. I wonder if that's the one, Deidre. Was it like a girl And the mother was like defending the father like crazy and saying to the investigator that, well, then tell her she should just die or something if she's blaming her father, or something like that. Is it like that? And the investigator called her a sick person?
Deidre said she thinks it happened in 2012.
I wonder if that was missing.
Shafia family, and she said maybe 2012.
Oh, there's a documentary on that too, called The Fifth Estate. Took place, in Ontario, Canada. So it said on June 30th, 2009. The Shafia sisters.
Deidre said, yes, that's the one. That's the correct one, Carolyn.
Okay.
Deidre said.
19, 17, and 13, along with their father's wife, Rona, Muhammad Omar, 52, of Afghan origin, were found dead inside a car that was discovered underwater in front of the northernmost Kingston Mills lock. Let's see. The daughters were daughters of Muhammad Shafi and his wife, Tuba Muhammad Hyaya. The couple also had a son, Hamid, 20, and 3 other children. Rona, who was herself infertile, was the first wife of Muhammad in their polygamous household. Well, that must be some documentary to watch that.
Yeah, that one sounds interesting, all right. Thanks, Deidre.
Let me see here. What's the name of the documentary on this? Let me see here. Timeline, Shafi's daughter. Let me see. Shafia.
I think it was 2012. I'm just looking on YouTube, and there's a documentary called The House of Shafia, Fifth Estate, is what you mentioned, wasn't it?
The Fifth Estate, yeah.
Yeah, 2012.
They lived as prisoners in their own home.
Deidre said she hasn't seen the documentary. She didn't even know there was one. So she must have found out about the case some other way, because she hasn't seen the documentary.
Let's see, it's
She said she just remembered hearing about it.
release date. House of Shafia.
Jeanette knows a lot about it.
All right.
Jeanette.
Mm.
But there was another one, though, Deidre, that was in this, and it was just one daughter that was murdered, and I think it was also...
Jeanette says that at Netflix, one of the episodes at When Missing Turns to Be Murder, the case Shafi Ahmad also honor killing. So is that the one you were just looking at?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I remember years ago watching a documentary on YouTube, and the father was overseas when I think they finally got him, and the mother was involved with it.
That does kind of ring a bell.
That was in England. It was in England. It was a UK honour killing.
Yeah,
I
that
think I just
rings
saw
a bell.
that. Yeah. It might
Mm-hmm.
be murder of Raina Alaid,
That could be it.
25. Let me see. This is an honor killing. Prosecutor says she was murdered for trying to achieve independence from her husband and undergoing westernization. Her remains have never been found. I don't know. That's in 2013.
Jeanette just said, I guess that the one on Netflix is is the other case she was talking about. So,
Yeah, I think it was this woman here. Let me see. What was this one? Goes 20 years old and living in Phoenix when she and her friend were struck by a car driven by her father. While the man survived, she later died, and her father was later convicted of killing his father. This is the other one. This is a 48 hours mystery, a so-called honor killing, and yet the case of Noor al-Maleki has made national headlines because it happened in Arizona. And see, and this is the one I think where her mother said something. That was sure that's the one that was there. Yeah, let's see. She texted a friend, dude, she wrote at 1:06 p.m., my dad is here at the welfare office. She hadn't seen her father since moving, since moving out of the family home in Glendale months earlier. His presence both startled and alarmed her. She knew he wouldn't rest until he gained complete control of her life. She was the firstborn child of Falah and Siham al-Maleki's 7 children. Her first name means light of God. The al-Malekis had moved to the United States from Iraq when she was 4. She was thoroughly assimilated into American culture but kept in touch with her Iraqi roots. She was fluent in Arabic and considered herself a Muslim. But she moved away from her parents in early 2009, not for the first time, after another blow-up over how she was living her life. Tight jeans, makeup, boyfriends, modeling photos, and an attitude that screamed independence and self-determination. The clashes escalated in 2008, and at 18 she left her marriage to an older cousin in Iraq. Her father had arranged it, and returned to the Phoenix area. She then sent a text message from inside the Arizona Department of Economic Security office in Peoria. Seated next to her was Amal Idan Khalif, her latest boyfriend's 43-year-old mother. Amal was there to complete a change of address form for welfare benefits. She too is Iraqi by birth, but moved to the States only about 10 years ago, and her proficiency in English was such that Noor came along to help translate. Noor had lived at Amal's residence after leaving her parents' home. It was bad enough that she was staying with Amal while her parents, who her parents had known for years and considered unfit as a mother and a wife. She was separated from her husband at the time. And then Noor's boyfriend, 19-year-old Marwan, that's his name, Alabadi, had also lived there. Let's see, Noor's father was enraged and shamed by the situation. Let's see what happens. And then what does he do? I think he
Well, Sharon and Lucy said they remember that. The one you're just talking of now.
Yeah, so she said she texted someone when the friend said, "Did he see you?" She said, "I don't think so. His fat ass is right by the door, so I can't even leave. I'm laughing like a crazy person. I hate when this happens to me. I knew I shouldn't have woken up." And then, hold on to the next. "Oh dear, that's awkward." The friend says, "What's up with your parents anyway?" And the daughter says, "My dad is a manipulative a-hole. I've honestly never met anyone so evil." And her Amal Kalof watched as Filet, that's her father, took a number at the counter and then sat near her and Noor. He was on his own cell phone around the time that his daughter was texting. He spent 5 minutes speaking with his oldest son, Ali, who was 18 months younger than Noor. And then he spoke with a male relative in Detroit and several times with his wife, who was working as a translator at a U.S. military base near Bakersfield, California. Minutes after he arrived, he left the DES office without a comment. At 1:32, Noor sent a final text to the friend in which she appeared to be more relaxed. "What time do you get out of work?" her friend asked. "Are you going to have time to meet?" Amal's number finally got called, and she and Noor stepped up to the counter to take care of business. That took several minutes. Amal had parked the van near the front door in the crowded DES lot that it shares with a popular Mexican restaurant about 100 yards west. Amal remained wary of the father. She knew how angry he was with her for allowing Noor to move into her home. The families once had been friendly, but then in the States, Amal Kalof had babysat the Al-Maleki's young children when she wasn't working, but any good feelings evaporated when Noor moved in with Marwan and Amal. Let's see what happened. Noor was thirsty. She suggested they go to the Mexican restaurant for a cold drink. The pair walked west along the sidewalk next to the office and started across the parking lot, and out of nowhere, they saw a vehicle coming right at them. She lifted her hands in defense as if to stop the inevitable. At that moment, they could see it was the father behind the wheel. Wow. The Jeep smashed into the women. It dragged Noor across a curbed median and left her splayed on the pavement, unconscious and bleeding. The impact hurled Amal Kalof about 27 feet. She suffered a broken pelvis, broken femur, a myriad of cuts and bruises, but she was conscious. Peoria police later estimated that the SUV was moving as fast as 30 miles per hour. The father sped out of the parking lot, turned west on Peoria Avenue. Noor was barely alive, having suffered massive brain and spinal injuries, as well as many broken bones. Amal soon provided police with a possible motive, and she said that the Al-Malekis were furious that both her and Noor with their current living arrangement. And then it says, within minutes of the father fleeing the bloody scene, he spoke by cell phone to his wife and to his son Ali and to at least 2 other family members. Cell phone records show that he called his cousin Jamil al-Maleki less than an hour after the assaults, and that about a half a mile from his Phoenix home. It's uncertain whether the father stopped there on his way out of town to get extra clothes and money that he had when authorities finally caught up with him. Another possibility is that he packed the clothes and money already with him when he was there. Let's see what happened. So, let's see. Happened here. Come on, go to the next.
Oh, those injuries just send a shiver up my... Oh, just horrendous.
So the brother told the detective that he hadn't been in touch with his father since mid-morning when they went to a Best Buy electronics store together. He insisted that he didn't want to get involved, but it was too late. He told Detective Chris Boyhe that things at his parents' home had been increasingly strained since his sister returned from Iraq after leaving her arranged marriage. The brother's way of thinking, he said that his sister had dishonored the Al-Maleki family and that his sister had been most disrespectful to their parents, to him too, since her return, and continued to reject the traditional Iraqi values. Ali mentioned his own problems with his father, whom he described as a chronic gambler who liked to frequent Phoenix area Indian casinos, and the mother had been calling him over the past few hours saying that something had happened to his sister, but Ali swore to detectives that he didn't know what happened to his sister. Let's see. Oh, the father crossed the Mexican border into Nogales, Sonora, about the same time that Ali was being questioned in Glendale, Arizona. Let's see. And at 5:30, he called his cousin in Phoenix. Nor rarely smiled in the photos, possibly because of embarrassment of her great braces she wore for a while. So they had a vigil. They didn't. So there was something in that documentary that they said that. Let me see. But he noted that seeing Noor at the hospital just broke my heart. Nobody should have to go through that. So who said that? The brother, Marwan. That is supposedly her boyfriend. I don't like him, Ali said. He contrasted Iraq and the United States, saying different cultures, different values, but he noted that seeing his sister at the hospital just broke his heart. No one should have to go through that. He said his father had called home the previous day to ask about his sister's condition, but my mom yelled at him and hung up. That day, Peoria detectives learned that on October 22nd, a young man, possibly of Middle Eastern descent, and a woman wearing a veil had picked up a prescription medicine for diabetes in the father's name. Detectives returned to the Alameda home on the 26th for a follow-up interview with Ali and his mother. By now, detectives had examined phone records which showed the father had been in touch with his immediate family and others around the time of the assaults. And the mother admitted that she had lied in earlier interviews with police, but she continued to deny knowing where her husband was. Mother and son admitted they had picked up the medicine at the pharmacy, but the wife insisted she had thrown the bottle out of the car window, though she couldn't come up with a reason for having done so. That's kind of weird. Out of the mother's presence, he provided new details of his father's call to him before the assaults. The father had just seen the sister and Amal at the DES office. He said his father sounded angry, so he told his father to go home, but Ali said his father phoned him later to say he had run down the sister and Amal with his car. During the conversation, the father told Ali to man up because he wouldn't be around anymore. On October 27th, British customs officials informed U.S. immigration authorities that the father was in custody in London. He had arrived on a plane from Mexico City using his own name and his U.S. passport. A computer check showed that he was a wanted man in Arizona. British customs soon put him on a Delta flight to Atlanta, where the feds had a point of entry for incoming fugitives. Crime scene investigators later found fiber and human tissue on and under the front bumper of the vehicle. He waived his Miranda rights against self-incrimination. He told investigators that he had run over the two women in a freakish accident after coincidentally finding them at the DES office. If I wanted to try to kill my daughter, why would I kill my daughter with a vehicle? He asked, trying to sound reasonable. I have no problem with my daughter. This is not the first time that she left the house. If I want to kill her, I go buy a gun. I know where they live. I'm just lost control of the car. The detective asked whether he had been trying to scare the women. It might be something like this, he said, but I didn't try to kill them. The detectives picked away at the murky account. I've been angry, the father said. I lost control. I lost the brain. But he continued to insist there was no premeditation. Like his wife, the father faulted Amal for what had happened. He claimed she had stolen their daughter from them. He insisted that he loved his daughter, noting that his cell phone contained several photos of her, but as if it were self-evident truth, he said that his daughter should not have become so Americanized and that it was wrong. Let's see here. He said that he had stayed at a Nogales hotel for 2 nights, during which time a stranger gave him $1,900 in cash for his Jeep and agreed to make sure some paperwork got to Ollie. The detectives told him that sounded implausible, but he wouldn't budge from his story. Let's see. Though unconfirmed, another scenario is that the father's cousin, Jamil, delivered the money, diabetes medication, and a suitcase filled with clothes that the father had with him when the British authorities collared him. Let's see. He said he hopped a bus from Nogales to Hermosillo and then flew to Mexico City. Within a day, he boarded a Mexicana Airlines flight to London, where his desperate flight from the Peoria parking lot abruptly ended. And let's see. He didn't respond directly, saying that he would certainly help a family friend. It's our culture, he said. He said after the detective asked what he would do if he had such a disobedient daughter, he responded that he would not crush his daughter with a car. He asked the detectives, and the detective said, "I would not crush my daughter with a car." He soon asked the father again whether he had meant to hurt the women. Yes, he finally confessed he had. "If your house has got a fire in it, just part of the house," he said, "do we let the house burn or do we try to stop the fire?" He then admitted that his daughter was the small fire and he was forced to extinguish her. He was booked into the Clayton County, Georgia jail, waived extradition. On October 30th, the Peoria detectives escorted him back to Arizona. And at his initial appearance in Phoenix, the judge set his bail at $5 million. Doctors at the John C. Lincoln North Hospital pronounced Noor Alameki clinically brain dead on November 2nd. Her family decided to take her off life support. Several members, including her mother and brother Ali, were by her bedside when her heart stopped beating. Police noted her autopsy that her eyes, so hauntingly beautiful, were swollen shut. Okay. Days later, a Maricopa grand jury indicted the father on charges of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, aggravated assault, and leaving the scene of an accident. Her violent death struck a nerve worldwide, especially after a county prosecutor officially attached honor killing to it. To some, she would become a symbol for the ills said to infect Muslim culture that would allow a father to slaughter a daughter with the blessing of at least some of its family members. The sad case captured the attention of Reina Husseini, an expert on honor killings. "I wish that poor girl had been able to stay safe, maybe in a shelter or something. It's such a waste of life." Let's see what happened to him. Someone created a Facebook page within a few days. Let's see what happened to him. The media has drawn this poor image. What happened?
Well, Denise Bendixson said that he got second degree. I think she's referring to this case.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how this ends here. Come on. I don't know. So yeah, it doesn't even end with the with what happened to him. Let me see what happened to him. "34 years in prison." Let me see. Fele Alamaleki probably will die in prison, where a county judge has sentenced him for murdering his daughter and seriously injuring a former family friend. The judge, Roland Steinley, sentenced 50-year-old Glendale resident to more than 34 years in prison, of which he will have to serve about 31 years. Alamaleki reportedly suffers from poor health, including diabetes. After a month-long trial, a jury convicted the Iraqi native of several charges, including second-degree murder, aggravated assault, and leaving the scene of an injury accident. The 80-minute sentencing hearing on April 15th was rife with drama, an overwrought boyfriend and son, a deeply emotional judge, a vengeful prosecutor, and a newly contrite defendant. The centerpiece was Noor Al-Maleki, who was 20 years old, died in November of 2009, days after her father intentionally ran her over with his Jeep Cherokee at a state government parking lot in Peoria. The trial drew international attention, especially after media dubbed it an honor killing. Noor was estranged from her family at the time of her death and living with Khalaf in their West Valley home. Khalaf spoke first to the judge at the hearing, taking the witness stand with an Arabic translator in tow. She had forgotten her notes at home, but spoke passionately, blaming Al-Maleki's wife, Seham, in part for what happened. Khalaf was unable to walk for months after Al-Maleki barreled into her and Noor with his 4,000-pound vehicle before fleeing to England, where he was detained at a London airport. She's still on medication because of lingering pain, and she gestured angrily at Al-Maleki, who was seated between his attorneys at the defense table wearing jailhouse black and whites and pink handcuffs. "I want to know what I did to him to put me in this situation," she said. Deputy County Attorney Laura Reckert told the judge that Noor's family abandoned her because she disobeyed her father's dictates by embracing the ways of the West. After the October 2009 murder, Reckert noted members of the local Iraqi community shunned Amal Khalaf in support of the defendant. Reckert and Al-Maleki said Al-Maleki should have been patient and understanding with his daughter's lifestyle choices. It's only because of his own difficult upbringing in Iraq, which included him being abused as a child. She said the Al-Malekis had been reborn when in the 1990s they were granted asylum in the United States from the tyrannical regime of Saddam Hussein. But Salah Al-Maleki couldn't change his stripes, those of a domineering narcissistic bully who demanded the complete obedience of Noor, his firstborn. Reckert played a video prepared by her office to make sure that Noor is not forgotten. It included photos and an audio of the 911 call she made from the horrific scene at the Arizona Department of Economic Security parking lot in Peoria. As the video aired, a young man seated in the front suddenly leapt to his feet. It was Marwan Al-Abadi, Noor's boyfriend, and Amal Khalaf's son. "I'm effing pissed he did this shit," Marwan shouted as sheriff's deputies and detention officers quickly moved to subdue him. Marwan clung to his mother for a moment before the officers escorted him out of the courtroom into the lobby, where he sat without further incident. The video continued during the short interruption with John Lennon's primal scream, "Mother," resonating eerily throughout the courtroom. "Mama, don't go. Daddy, come home." Finally, it was time for Fela Al-Maleki to have his say. Several members of his family, including his wife and oldest son, Ali, listened in from the opposite side of where Khalaf and her family were sitting. Let's see. Fala, flanked by his two attorneys, shuffled to the lectern in front of the judge and started by apologizing in a squeaky little voice to everyone in sight, Amal Khalif, to his own family, and to the judge himself. "I wish I was dead and not her," he said. The expression of remorse was a far cry from what he said to his wife in secretly recorded jailhouse tapes after his arrest. The tapes exposed a couple whose sole concern was how to invent a story that would take the heat off of him. Assistant Public Defender Jeffrey Kirschler, who won a victory of sorts at trial when the jury returned a guilty verdict on the lesser charge of second-degree murder, prosecutors wanted a first-degree conviction, told the judge that the sole focus of the sentencing was retribution and not rehabilitation or the protection of society at large. But there wasn't much of a positive nature that the attorney could say about the client other than Al-Maleki had no prior criminal record. The judge took more than a half an hour to impose sentencing, telling Al-Maleki that his was the most difficult case I've ever had to sentence in my 6 years on the bench. He said it had troubled him from day one that the press gave this case a moniker. It was an honor killing, and it bothered me. I cannot believe that a religion would allow someone to kill other human beings. The judge said the crimes had nothing to do with religion, and that more accurately were about a defendant who apparently believed, "I brought Noor into the world, she's my property, and I will take her out of the world." Becoming more emotional as he continued, the judge quoted the Prophet Muhammad, Jesus Christ, Gandhi, and Sufi poets and other luminaries. His point was that at the core of all the great religions are the concepts of compassion, understanding, and patience. He told Al-Maleki about Gandhi's famous characterization of certain Christians and their hypocrisy. He said, "Gandhi said, 'I like your Christ. You Christians are so unlike your Christ.' This case has to do with one man, his narcissism, his inability to forgive, struggling to keep his composure." The judge recalled the haunting look in Noor's eyes that he saw in the photographs during the trial. That expression that at 20 years of age she sensed her life would be short. Noor had no future because the defendant could not forgive her. The judge spoke of Al-Maleki's own life, which included a 5-year prison term in Iraq after he supposedly spoke ill of the dictator Saddam Hussein. "To me, he became Saddam Hussein in Phoenix. He became the man he fled from." The judge continued, "You may never forgive your daughter for what she did to you. Right now, my guess is she's pleading with God to spare you. My wrath will be nothing compared with the wrath of God unless you ask for forgiveness." The judge concluded with what sounded almost like an aside, yet hit home for many in attendance. "It's just a mean old man killing his child," the judge said, a few minutes before authorities led Thalai Al-Maleki out of the courtroom and back to a jail cell.
Well, I don't think there was any remorse there except for having to go to jail.
No, and this is the guy, I just saw his face somewhere else. This guy. Where is he? Denise. What's Denise saying? Did you watch the trial, Denise? I wonder if she watched the trial. Did you watch the trial?
Yeah, she was just talking about what you were saying.
Yeah, but I
And
think
that
she
he
was
got
there, yeah.
second degree murder.
No, you didn't?
I mean, it's just strange, because obviously, like on that documentary last night, they said in no way, shape, or form is murder part of their religion. it's like a, local kind of village, tribal
Yeah.
kind of thing. And yet it's kind of, affiliated with religion. So, and one of the one daughter that said when she went back to Egypt, people did throw stones at her.
Oh, yeah, she did. That's right. Yep.
Oh gosh,
Crazy.
I saw some
wonder-
footage. Oh,
I wonder
sorry.
whether that was because when she went back to Egypt, she didn't have on traditional clothing and she looked too American. Because they
She
didn't really say why.
Yeah, they didn't say why. I saw started to, and I didn't think they were going to show it, of an incident that happened where they were really doing that to a woman. And my gosh, I couldn't turn it off. I couldn't look. I couldn't get it off the screen fast enough. It's just, just so awful. It's kind of hard to believe people could think like that.
Yeah, I don't.
But,
I mean, I don't get it. Don't get it.
I mean, if you're a psycho murderer, I guess that's right up your alley. You'll just say it was an honor killing, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just so crazy. What else is going on here? Go on the other thing. See what else is up in the world tonight.
Yeah.
John Benet Ramsey would be 32 years old today.
Oh my
Can
gosh.
you believe that?
No. Because, I mean, I guess because of the way it went, my mind still wants to think of her as a little girl somehow, I mean, that's all the photos you've ever seen of her and everything, and that kind of sticks in your mind. And to imagine her going to be 32 years old, the thing with that thing that always kind of made me question things is that ransom note. It just, some of the peculiar things that were unique to her handwriting were in that ransom note. And and I just thought, gee, that always seemed strange to me, that ransom note. It just did. Just certain things about it. But I guess, her father is thinking, I watched a program the other day where he's saying he's going to prove, well, he wants, through DNA. But I mean, that scene was so contaminated, and I don't really think that it could be solved through the DNA, because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's ever going to be solved. I don't think that'll ever be solved. It's like one of those.
Yeah, I don't either.
Unless
it's
someone
just
speaks on their deathbed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
don't know. I don't think that's going to be solved. That's such a weird case.
It is. It really is. And to think, that, well, I guess it's come into the limelight once again because, he wants the further DNA investigated, the father. So maybe that's why it's come to the forefront again. But it's just a story that's just been around all these years.
Yeah.
And I guess we probably all watched, or not all of us, but some of us, the interview Dr. Phil had with the brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I did too. So you see these things once in a while, and it kind of brings the case to mind. But were they actually exonerated?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right?
They were.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. It's very strange.
Even them being exonerated due to certain things that I've heard, that, maybe she shouldn't have exonerated them at that point.
You always thought the son may have done it and they didn't. Yeah, I know, Deidre. A lot of people think that.
I don't know, just that writing, just some of those, her handwriting compared with that ransom note, it, I mean, maybe he did, maybe she wanted to cover up for him. I don't know if I really think that. I don't know.
I don't know.
The brother's behavior was unusual, but I guess some people didn't interpret it that way. I thought in the interview it was a bit unusual, but maybe that's just him. But
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very strange case. Very strange. You think the
And
brother
I
did
think-
it, Sharon?
And I think, the focus, once it came out about her pageant, involvement, and then it just all went down the rabbit hole, all these directions about mothers who have their little ones in pageants like that, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That was kind of like they had the perfect existence, like the perfect house and the perfect Christmas decorations and the perfect everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I don't know. See, that case confuses you, Nicole. Is it? What do you think, Billy Boy Blue? Who do you think did it? I wish you'd talk a little bit, Billy Boy Blue. I'd like to hear your voice.
You should, Billy Boy. You should talk.
You were
I was
still-
going to say maybe he's shy, but somehow I don't
don't
get that indication.
No, I don't think he's shy.
No, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Well, we can't use that as an excuse then, I guess.
Where did Mike go? Mike, where'd you go?
I've just been glancing at the chat and I haven't seen his name come up for a little bit.
That's right, Denise. Yeah, a lot of ugly stuff could be going on inside those pretty houses. Billy, you'll always be a mystery? No, you're not, Billy boy. No, you're not. Mike was here for a few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, he was here. I said hi to him. But then he just went. But
Let's
I
see if he
wasn't
texted
looking
me
at the
back.
chat the whole time, so I didn't see when he left. You know, it's so weird, especially like with the missing cases things, missing people cases things, you know, missing under kind of suspicious circumstances. And it's almost like and there's so many that happen. You know how you were talking about the missing people in the national parks
Yeah.
and how there's clusters of areas for missing people. I'm always pretty kind of just intrigued by those things, you know, some of those stories. You know, as some people, it just seemed like they just like vanished into thin air almost or something.
I know. Crazy.
And you think, how can this be?
Yeah, like that little boy in Idaho, right? Idaho was the one that was missing around the same time as Summer Wells.
Yeah.
Where do they
Yeah.
go? I was thinking about the same thing. Where do they go? Who saw them? Somebody saw something. What did I think?
Yeah.
Empire
They
Theater.
just didn't vanish. And I mean, even with Summer Wells, she just didn't vanish.
I know.
But it's almost like she did, but you know, she didn't.
I know. Where the heck
That whole thing is strange too, isn't it?
Yeah, very strange. Very strange.
They lived on such a kind of a secluded property, and she seemed to vanish right underneath all of their noses that were there, and in a matter of minutes.
Mhm.
And yeah, and you know, it's just not possible. And I think at the time, was she 4 or 5? I mean, how far could she have gotten if she did wander off?
Yeah.
It just amazes me. You think they'd find her or find something or something. Because I think that's been over a year now.
Oh yeah. Yep, in June. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Ah, and I think they did pretty extensive searches. I know the foliage in that area, you know, are very dense. I think they did search again after there was leaf fall, you know, so that they could have a little bit better visibility.
I don't know. And then you've got all the people on social media putting stuff that's not even real and weeding through that crap. Oh my gosh.
That's true.
So, yeah, it's nuts. Nuts.
Well, I think, you know, when the father came on, you know, and used a social platform, that just attracted a lot of stuff too, I think. You know, probably shouldn't have done that.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep.
But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. And yeah, those stories always just kind of baffle you, don't they? Because you know that nobody just vanishes.
Yeah. Yep. No, there's somebody, like they say, somebody somewhere has seen something. It's like that podcast, and there is somebody somewhere that's seen something, because people
Yeah.
just don't go and vanish into thin air, vaporize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing that nobody, you know, whoever it is that did see something doesn't come forward.
Let's see.
But I don't know. I heard the number of, like, in the United States of people that go missing in a year, and
I know.
I mean,
it's
a
crazy.
lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them I think are found within a fairly reasonable period of time. But then there's plenty that just aren't.
True. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna show you I'm gonna get on. If anybody wants to come on and show any of the your crafts, I'm gonna show you how my table is progressing. I'm gonna have to log into my other account here. So so I can come on the.
I saw that, Carolyn, and you chose the sunflowers. Very nice.
Yeah, and then today what I did is I kind of like sponged a little bit of gold paint like on it, and then I'm starting to do the gold trim around it, which has made a big difference. And then I'm going to put I put a waterproof on it just of the Mod Podge, but I'm going to do the varnish that I have after this. After I probably give another coat to the gold trim around it. Let me go and see here. How do I get into here?
Yeah, if you put that varnish, it'll last for years because I've done the same. And it makes it very easy to wipe it off, you know, and clean, keep it clean on the top. And
Yeah. Yep.
yeah,
Let me see. I'm looking for Slack. General. General. Okay, now I'm gonna have to go mute in here so until I go and get this so I could show you this. All right, so give me a second. I won't be
Yeah.
able to hear you. I won't be able to hear you or talk to you for a second.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the table, I'd like to see the finished table also, because I just saw it when it was just done with the sunflowers. Did you see it, Roberty?
I saw
Robin,
it, yes. I saw it
Oh, you
yesterday or the day before, and I said to
Oh.
Carolyn, I can't wait to see it actually completed because it looked gorgeous.
looked
And
really
wasn't
nice.
it lovely that she saved that table from being burnt?
Yes. And I thought that the color in the sunflowers went really well with the timber.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then she showed
It's-
the little pots on it so that you'd be able to put some flowers and things on it.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It's always nice to have a couple extra drawers or something like that. I fill them up soon enough, papers or something.
So do I.
Paperwork.
So do I. So
Every
my
once in a while.
drawers.
Let me see if you can see that.
Oh, let's
So
see.
I did put like I don't know if you can see it. I touched like gold around here, and then I'm starting on the gold trim around here and in the front. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
I can see the gold trim on the edges, but it's a little bit hard to see the gold around the sunflowers.
Well, it's like here. Let me see if I spotlight it. Let me try that.
Oh, that's better.
So yeah,
Oh, that
it's
looks-
subtle. It's very subtle that I did it. But I did it mostly in the center because there was a lot of the off-white cream color. So I just wanted to put some gold there, and you can see like there's I just put some flecks of the gold paint in there with the thing, and then I'm gonna varnish it, and I'm gonna go around and do the trim again, do another coat of the gold on the trim, and then I'm gonna varnish it. But I think the gold, like, really looks good. Made it look nice.
Did you sprinkle some or
I
something?
really-
around there?
I sponged a little bit.
Oh, sponge.
And the gold, Carolyn, could really just kind of frames it off, doesn't it? Almost like a
Yeah,
picture.
it looks a lot
with the
better with the
frame.
gold. Yeah, it really needed it. Yeah, so I like that. Then we did that. And
It's a
then,
perfect touch for it. Very
Mhm.
perfect touch for it.
Yeah. And then
So do you use
okay.
like a matte varnish or a
I
glossy
think
one?
I might use a glossy on this one. Right now, I just put the waterproof Mod Podge first, and then now I'm going to go with that Duraclear, the varnish, and do that.
That'll be really nice. So
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's very nice and pretty easy, and it just gives it a little bit of a little funky, fun touch to it. Instead of,
So Robin said you salvaged that from getting burned.
yes, my neighbor was going to burn it. He was going to break it up and burn it.
Oh, well, you saved
know.
it and made it
I saved
cute.
it. I know. Saved it in the nick of time.
It started raining. That's all we
Then
got.
it started raining,
That's
and
why
I said to
we-
Jimmy, "Oh my gosh, I
This is
looked at
good.
it."
This is
And
bad
because
now.
Ethan had said something about it, and I didn't know what it was, and I thought if Jimmy passed it by, it must not have been something.
Well,
but
I
then,
just feel like we don't need anything. But it was nice, and then I had already looked at it and just checked it out. But he said, "Take it." I go, "No, I'm just looking at it," and I kept on walking. And so then when it started raining, and I figured, because I was on the fence about it, and I said something. Carolyn said, "Well, all right, we'll go get it then." So I figured I'd get it. And we cleaned it up. It was already clean, but we just wanted to give it some whatever.
well, we
disinfect it a little.
dried it off, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Because it just started raining when we grabbed it. Were you there when we grabbed it? When I grabbed it? And he said,
you got it. I was there
said-
when you brought it there.
when he said,
Oh yeah, you said I
saved-
saved it. And he said,
Yeah,
"Yeah."
you
He
saved
goes,
from the burn barrel.
because I really didn't want to break it up, burn it.
He said he's glad we got it. So
Yeah. So
It found a home.
we found a home. So,
It's
And
Where do you
nice.
think-
the little handles on it, those look kind of cute too on the drawers. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are cute little handles.
mhm.
Yep. Very cute, Carolyn. Very cute.
Yeah, so that at least
Where
I
do
got
you
that
think
done.
Sorry.
What? Go ahead.
Where do you think it will end up, Carolyn?
Probably, I don't know, maybe in the family room next to the massage chairs, somewhere along there. It's in the family room somewhere, but I think, like I said, I'm gonna put that. And I remember Sherry Mimsy bought the sunflower buckets. And yes, I haven't gotten the invoices out for any of the stuff yet, but I will. I think we may have another flash sale on Tuesday. I think Liza Ward said she wanted to be involved in that. And I don't know, I was gonna see, let me see, go over here. Hold on. Let's see what I'm doing over here. How many these over here? So tomorrow, probably tomorrow I'll varnish that and leave that over here. All this stuff on there.
Everyone in chat, Carolyn, is saying how pretty and how beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Say what, honey?
How pretty. Yeah. Move this. Okay, let me see now. So yeah, and then I finished this and I put a waterproof Mod Podge on this, just the lavender.
I love that. I love the lavender colors. So
Yeah.
pretty.
Now I have to, what was I gonna do next? There's something
Those
else.
pots are really cute, Carolyn, with the ripples in them like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've got to check. I haven't been to Walmart in ages. I wonder if they have any more on clearance. Because those I got actually in the beginning of the season. Wasn't at the end, but now
Yeah.
all the stores are having their clearance, but I haven't been to a store in ages. I don't know.
They
I'm
have a
gonna
lot
put-
more character than just the smooth-sided.
Yeah, and
pot,
people think
don't
they're
they?
hard to decoupage on this. Actually easier, just like a can, because you can actually like push the napkin into the ridges and it cuts down on any wrinkles. Yeah,
Oh, right. I didn't think
Yeah.
of that. The cans look cute too.
yeah, and the cans are an easy thing to do. Yeah,
When you decoupage, do you have to make sure you get it on the ridges when you first put it on? When you got it wet with the decoupage on it?
yeah,
You gotta make sure you get it in every little groove then,
yeah,
so you can keep it wet till you do.
yeah. Well, it goes pretty fast. Yeah. Why?
I was wondering, I've watched you do it. I was like, how do you get it every little crease? Do you have to? What happens if you don't get it in every little crease and it dries on you and then you go back to it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was curious.
Then it could stay up there like, I don't know, and just be like, have like a airspace in it.
Carolyn, Sharon is asking if you could please invite her to Slack because she has a new tablet and a new phone. And
Sharon,
she said the table
really?
is really nice. I'm just
What
reading
if
what
I
she
tag you? Because I don't think I can invite you again, Sharon, but what if I tag you? Then won't you get a notification and be able to go, I'm going to tag you in general. See if you see that, all right?
But once you get that slack, you can go back in.
It's the Hotel California. You check in, you can never check out. No, I'm not serious, Jimmy.
I didn't know.
That's what the people that want to lie say. Okay. Oh my gosh. Jimmy goes, are you serious?
And you can never leave.
You can never leave. Okay. All right. So there you are, Sharon. Do you see that notification? The only thing I can do, Sharon, is deactivate and reactivate you, but it's going to send you an email to your email. You know what I mean? That you're deactivated and reactivated.
Well, Sharon's not saying anything at the moment, so we'll see. I guess that might happen, right? If you got new stuff. I don't know.
I don't know what, like, you should still be able just to download the Slack app and then use your login. You should be able to do that. I think only on my old phone. What are you talking about, Sharon? Didn't you call in on the new phone the other day? I don't understand, Sharon. Only fools rush in, Billy boy.
Alicia's, when you get a chance, she says she's in the waiting room.
Oh, Alicia, hold on. Let me get you out of the waiting room.
Someone's at the door. Alicia's, when you get a chance, she says she's in the waiting room.
Oh, Alicia, you have your thingy on. Want to see the difference between a pine cone? Well, this is this large pine cone in New York, okay? And then I have the teeny tiny little pine cones that we have here. I mean, small. And this is a North Carolina pine cone.
Big
Hello.
difference.
Isn't
Hi.
that crazy?
Hi, Alicia.
Hi, Caroline. Hi,
Hi.
to brothers. Hi, Chad.
But
Two brothers.
those long, skinnier ones, they'd be cute, like in a wreath or something too.
Oh
just
yeah,
because
yeah, I know, but they're just so different. And then Florida has pine cones like this, and I think Arizona does too.
the big round one.
Giant, yeah, woody-ish things.
Hey,
Yeah.
remember that
I
metal
just, I,
tub
I
we
just
got
saw
down
the table.
the
It's
store
gorgeous.
here?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
You got that everywhere? It's in
My
the
two brighter
part of the
friends.
desk over there.
Yeah,
Is it white?
finally, in a
Because I have
panel
galvanized
together
ones
with
downstairs.
The white one that we bought.
Yeah,
That was,
that's right.
but when we bought like $50.
I'm too late to the party.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You already discussed all the documentary we saw yesterday.
We just been talking about the honor killing documentary.
Yeah, did you watch that?
Yeah.
What did you think?
As I said, I think the night before, I saw an episode on ID Discovery about the same case, and the 60 Minutes Australia from that case too, when the father was in the run.
Oh, was that the same case, or was it one of the other cases? I thought they said
No, the same.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a heartbreaking case, but it got nothing to do with honor to me, because
Right.
they were not religious. He was an angry man, an entitled sexist man.
Right.
And thought he owned his daughters. He thought he owned them.
Like a
So,
possession.
I'm sorry, Robbie T.
He thought he owned them. They were chattels to him.
Oh
He didn't.
yes.
Yeah, he didn't love them at all. Not really.
And I heard you. I was waking up and heard you talking about the brother. He
Yes.
was sentenced on for 10 years, right?
Yes.
10 years.
10 years, and the father's trial just began a few days ago.
Yes.
He's 65, so I
Yeah.
hope he spent the rest of his life in jail.
Oh yeah, I think he will.
And the brother is, I think, not a priority. I think the mother is the weirdest thing, piece of the
Yeah.
puzzle.
I agree. The mother's very strange.
Yeah, she divorced him right away, but she's still in contact for many years, and he was in Texas all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. When I live in the downtown Barcelona, the old district, I frequently saw a woman in burqas. But one day I was walking with a girlfriend, and we saw in the street a man walking, and behind him was, I assume, his wife. And she was wearing a burqa, but with a hole where is the mouth.
Yes.
And it had metal bars. And it was,
Really?
yes, and it was, we both look like we we didn't say anything. And after a block, we looked at each other and said, "Oh, wow, what was that? What level of?" And the woman was with the head down, walking behind the man.
Oh, wow.
And we says that's another level of creepy.
Oh, yeah.
What did you say? It was in Barcelona?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I live in the old district.
Mm-hmm.
There, the gypsies, the many many people from many parts of the world, like me.
Right.
So there were many little communities in those districts, because they're cheap. They were there are lovely districts, but the rents were cheap at the time over there.
Well, I've never
But
seen anything with bars on it, though.
yeah, in the mouth. Because yeah, you see the what the burqa size seen before. You have the
Yeah.
hole in your eyes,
And
but your mouth is
sometimes,
covered.
yeah, and sometimes, yeah, but not with bars. Like
Did you ever
metal?
look it up on the internet?
Oh no, never. I really freak out. We were talking. We talked like several days about showing that crossing. They crossed. We crossed them in the street in the same sidewalk, so we can. We saw that very close, and it was really, really creepy.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, she was just like a slave, I guess, really?
You should look it up
Yeah.
though and see if it says something about that.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know why I didn't, but I will.
Yeah. I'm wondering what it says.
I never saw again something like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of weird. Really
And
pretty creepy.
once I was in Paris, and it was raining, and I was waiting under a cafe, for the rain to stop, because I had an umbrella, and in front was Hermes, that store,
Where?
Right.
and all and there were like 5 or 6 women with those beautiful
You watch them?
Middle East clothes, not saris, the one that you were all covered, but not your face.
Right. Yep.
They were outside, and the men were shopping for them, but they weren't allowed by the men to go in the store.
Oh, so weird.
Yeah, those 2 things came to my head when I was watching yesterday. And I think that's a thing about power. And remember, we were talking with after the documentary about that this power and control over woman. It's not only about that culture, but many in the world, but function differently.
Right.
But there are ways of controlling women, gender control.
Right.
Yeah, you want to hear something funny, and this is like crazy. Okay, so we don't have you don't see a lot of people in burqas and stuff like that over here. So we went into a Walmart, and it was Ethan or Luke, and they were like, my kids were always wearing costumes all the time, like Captain America, everything like that. And so they not just on Halloween, they wore them all the time. So I would be like, so I'd be like, okay, well, we're going to go out, no, let's just wear your clothes or whatever it is. And we go into Walmart, and the cashier has that on, and Ethan or Luke, I forget which one it is. He goes like, how come she got to wear her Halloween costume here? And I'm like, my daughter and I were dying, right? And my daughter is looking at me because I think I had picked her up from the train. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just get. And he wouldn't stop. He's like, but how come she gets to wear her Halloween costume? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what is she, a ninja? And I just like, oh my gosh, I just had to get, I think I just took him, or I just tried to get out of there so fast.
She was wearing a burqa.
Oh yes.
Only
And
the eyes showing.
All right, and he was just, he didn't understand why he couldn't wear his to the store, and oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. It's like when your kids say something and you're just like, oh my gosh.
Kids just don't have a filter.
There's
just no filter.
No. One time Jimmy
son,
was. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
no, go ahead.
No, just real quick. One time, my son, we were in an elevator of all things, and of course, he said something about a lady's appearance. He was about 3. There was no filter, and there was nowhere to run. We're trapped in this. I couldn't wait for those doors to open. But anyway,
that happened to Jimmy, right, Jimmy? In the Walmart when Ethan said about that woman's butt?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, he almost freaked out. I think he was like 3, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. And it's like, I'm going behind. I'm just, minding my own business. Ethan's in the shopping cart, sitting there, and and so, he's looking in front of us, looking, and he said it out loud. He goes pretty loud, "Dad, that's a big butt." And it was funny. And I'm telling you what, he had a pretty good eye, because he wasn't lying. I mean, I hate to say it. It was, and she had like, her waist was not, her waist was smaller like it, so it really made it stand out. But I'm talking about just bigger than you can imagine. I'm talking about not like two huge beach balls. Ball. I'm not going to joke. I mean, I'm going to tell you. The balls, the exercise balls that you bounce around or whatever you do on. Those.
Oh, the yoga balls.
Those yoga balls. They're probably at least 2 feet in diameter. It was like bigger than that. I'm telling you, he just like, I never seen anything like it. And since, or prior to that I remember, and he goes, "Daddy, that's a big butt." I go, Ethan, don't do that. She turned around and looked at him, and I go, "Sorry." And so he goes, he looked at me. He said, "But Dad, but it is."
Oh my God.
So I just got the hell out of it. I mean, I didn't get out of the store. I just got away from him. I was like, went to it. I booked him on out of there. But that was really kind of hard not to laugh, because it's. I never saw. Maybe I never noticed it, but that was,
Kids.
well, I was trapped in an elevator, so I couldn't go anywhere.
What did he say? I'm curious.
Well,
You-
I probably
you can
not going to
say?
say. No,
Okay.
it's not that it's foul language. It's just that I'm just not going to say. I'll tell you later.
Okay. Okay. No, don't worry.
But
Yeah.
yeah, nowhere to get out of an elevator until the doors open.
Yeah. Huh. You never know what kids are going to say. But I mean, gosh, the Halloween costume one, I was dying. My daughter and I were just dying.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say? Oh,
And I'm like, that's not her Halloween costume. And he's like, what do you mean it's not her Halloween costume? Is she a ninja? And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Ninja. So cute.
Oh my gosh.
They're so innocent.
Right.
And no filter.
So
I
crazy.
know. Yeah, what can you do?
You can't do much. That is not something like that we normally see. So it wasn't like, you should have prepared him before he went to the store or whatever. It's just not, like in this area, we have a lot of the Orthodox Jewish people, and they wear certain clothing, and they wear a lot of dress clothing, which is, especially on their Sabbath, is, the black coats.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have silks. And
the hairdo.
Yes. And those big hats and everything. And my one son, sometimes he thought he was seeing the same man every time. So Michael, this is my son, Michael, when he was little, he goes, "Mommy, why is that man always at Walmart when we're at Walmart?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "But that's not the same man." And he said, "Oh, okay." Cause he was just saying the same, cause they all wear like very, very similar ones, it's the silk long jacket. They all have the same one. They wear the hat. And so he just kept looking real fast and thinking it was the same person every time we went. And I'm like, no, but it's not the same person. It's a different person. He couldn't get that through his head for a while. He just kept saying, "Isn't that funny, Mommy? Every time we come, that man is here." I'm like, come on, it's not the same guy.
He knows we're coming, and he just meets us here every time. He
just wants to see us. He loves us.
Yeah. He knows we're coming here, so he's going to be there. That's so, it's kind of cute.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess, all the times he thought that before he actually told me, like maybe he waited 10 times.
Yeah.
Wow, that guy's here again.
Yeah, he probably had to ponder it for a while, and then finally thought he might ask why.
Right.
That's so
They
funny.
probably
Huh?
wondered. Yeah, it's cute.
He likes to go the same time we go.
What a coincidence.
Yeah. My goodness.
I have a birthday party. Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
What
I mean,
now?
with the worst, uh,
Oh,
the worst time schedule in my head. I just woke up.
oh, you have a birthday party today?
Yeah, I remember my sister's youngest son, that is my godson.
How old is he going to be?
He's 4, but his birthday, real birthday was when they were in Cancun with in the
Oh,
family
did
trip.
did everybody get back from the trip?
Yes, and my sister left a voicemail the day after on Friday, telling me, don't forget to come to the party, and letting you know nobody in the family is coming. They all returned from Mexico with COVID.
They
All of
did?
them. All of them.
Wait. Oh, your sister, this is the sister that didn't go, right?
Yeah, and the only
Oh my
well,
gosh, the whole family got it?
Yeah.
yeah, and they returned because they were staying at the Harrow Hotel, and the suites were connected one to another,
Oh my
and
gosh.
each family stay in one suite, so they were gone for a week. So
Were they vaccinated, Alicia?
yes,
Oh
yes.
my gosh. Everybody got it? Everybody?
Yeah, the only ones that didn't got it were my 2 nephews, because their father, the ex-husband of my sister's ex-husband, he got it uh, 2 weeks before the trip. So he passed it on the 2 boys and my sister's partner. So they were all sick before the trip.
Oh my goodness.
But the rest of the family trip is with COVID.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Alicia, I think you said something about what if that happened or something when they
Yeah.
were away.
Yeah.
Mm.
Those orange, what could you see that orange print again, Carolyn? That was pretty.
This?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are pretty orange and red. I like those
Mhm.
colors too, and pink.
Me too.
Yeah, pretty.
I like the lavender in the shell.
So do
Yeah.
I.
Mhm.
It looks really
And
good on that.
I was talking to the ladies like 24 hours ago.
Yeah, I know.
And I asked them, what should I give him as a present? And all they say, buy him a costume. They love costumes.
Oh yeah, they do. I mean, yeah, if he loves it, yeah. I mean, did you ask your sister what he's into?
No, because I knew she was busy with the party. And I the theme was Jurassic Park in the e-bite.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
And so I buy a dinosaur costume, and he loved it.
Oh, okay, good.
He put it right away.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, how cute. He must look darling in it. A little dinosaur cup.
Yeah, it is the ginger one, the ginger head one.
Oh,
And my sister's partner was wearing these balloon costumes of a dinosaur. They were
oh.
they were inflated. Inflated? No, with
Oh, yeah, yeah,
air
yeah. Yes, I
inside.
know what you mean. Yeah.
And there
They
was
have a
a
little
guy
pump in them, yeah.
making bubbles and a show. And he said, "Who wants to hug the dinosaur?" And all the kids that were like 30, they the poor partner of my sister was rolling in the yard with all the kids um,
Oh,
trying. Yes, it was bananas.
that sounds good.
Yeah, I have a great time. The only thing was there was my sister's ex-husband and his girlfriend, the one
Right.
that were invited.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't get that.
I don't anyone get that.
No, I don't understand that
No,
at all.
No,
no.
that's a double standard of you are divorced to the ex-husband, but you are invited because you're a man, I think, and my sister that is really part of the family was not, and neither do I.
Yeah. I mean, make that make sense. It just doesn't.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Yeah, it's an honor thing.
Yeah.
I don't
Wow.
know.
The only thing I can think of, Alicia, with that is that the children are included. So
Well,
they include the father and his girlfriend.
But what I know now, because I was talking to the nannies of
Yes.
my one works for my sister and the other one works for my ex brother-in-law, and they were told to go to the trip with the kids.
Yeah, they went on the trip with the children, didn't they?
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
would make sense because
Yeah.
if my but they didn't ask my sister first.
but your
My
sister
they
didn't
should.
go on that trip, right?
No, she didn't
No.
go because
That's the
they
one
made
that's got the 4-year-old?
yeah, the 4-year-old and the 8-year-old boys.
Okay, now wait a minute. Are the 4-year-old and the 8-year-old, are they the children of the guy that went on the vacation?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's a little weird. Okay. My brother, let's listen. The only thing I can tell you that maybe if it's a situation like this, my brother was married to a woman. They got, they were together since I was 5 years old. So she truly is like my sister, and she was such a nice person. And she's the mother of his only child. And though they divorced, she always remained close, very close. Okay. And so close that even when my brother was married again, like to my parents' funeral, he brought both wives. Okay. And his current wife was like fine with staying with, having the other wife. Geez, there, like there was no problem. But I'll tell you, when I got married, I had her as one of my bridesmaids because that's how close I was with her. And I didn't even have like my current sister-in-laws in my bridal party. Do you know what I mean? And
Yes.
so that was like just because she was always close to us. So I don't know, had she been with another man, whether I would go on vacation, but she always came up like here and around all the time, especially like when my parents were alive. So yes, I mean, that I can understand being close to that person, especially if they're the mother of children.
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know that my parents would have went on vacation with her and her new husband.
When they recently had a divorce, and they are not speaking to your brother. It's like
That would be kind of weird. Yeah, that would
your
be very weird.
parents invite
Yeah, that
her,
would be
but
weird.
not your brother.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird. Yeah. That would be weird.
And you know, when they all decided, I was there. It was the day of the christening. And I was being so nice to the ex-husband's family, because my sister didn't want to stay there, because she didn't want to.
Yeah.
Because the both family are against, don't speak to her, and she went to the church. We were in the ceremony, and then she dropped off the kids and the plants I show you, the succulents, with the these little things you give to the people you invite, party gifts.
Yeah, the favors, the party favors.
Party favors. That's right. That's like the utility room. New words I learn every day. And they plan all, and I was there in the middle of the planning. So, but I didn't. Didn't aware they were planning, and they were announcing we are going to the family trip, and they were talking to the nannies. Do you want to go to Mexico with the kids, so we can make the arrangements, the passports, and everything? And then the ex-husband said, "Oh, but if you're inviting the nannies, I'd rather go instead with Francesca."
Okay, so wait, I'm lost. So wait, okay, but he's the one, the husband of the sister that did not go on the trip, right?
She went in the trip with Francesca, her girlfriend.
He did, but the sister that he has the kids with, right?
Yes.
Okay, she is the one that didn't go.
Yes.
So why they didn't take her kids, did they?
Yeah, they took their kids, and my sister, she knew nothing until her ex-husband told her, and she thought about it, and she told me that after thinking about the whole situation, she wants her kids to have a relationship with her
Husband, father, their father.
No, not the father, with her parents, that are my parents,
right?
And their cousins, so they have a larger family. I don't. Well, my sister wants to not like to restore her relationship, because I think it will take some
but
more
why
time.
why didn't she? Okay, I'm so confused, Alicia. I thought you said that they didn't go because they all got COVID, and
no, they went, and
her
they got
kids,
COVID.
Her kids went. That you're having the birthday party tomorrow?
Yesterday.
Okay,
but they got COVID before the trip. The little ones and their father,
yeah,
and the girlfriend and my sister, they got all COVID 2 weeks before the trip.
Okay, and then everybody else got it on the trip. Okay.
Yeah,
and then
I was with the mask the whole party.
But can I ask you something?
Why didn't
Yes.
your sister go on the trip if her children, how old are her children that went?
4 and 8.
Okay. What, and she didn't want to go with her children,
She was not invited.
but they were going to take a nanny and her kids.
Yes, but she was not invited because she doesn't speak to my father or my brother or my brother's family.
Oh, okay. Now I see. All right.
Mhm. And
We need
today,
We need a whiteboard or something.
I know. You're like,
I'm
yes, right?
sorry. Next time, I'm gonna make a family tree and put
Okay.
my glasses and explain.
So PowerPoint will be needed on the share screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can sort of see what's happened, that the grandparents wanted the children to come, and
Yes.
that they've invited the father, and the father's sort of
And
has
since
his
I
new
have
wife.
no children, I was left out.
So it was really probably more about the children than anything, but also, you know, that your dad likes your ex-brother-in-law anyway.
Yes, because he's a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a men's club.
Mm-hmm. So,
But I do know that some families all go on holidays together, all the exes, all the
Oh,
No,
yeah,
because-
yeah.
yeah, I've had
Yeah,
heard
but
of
everybody
that.
usually goes, though, everybody.
Yeah.
no, and I'm one person, so I can fit in every room, in the family trips that before. I was always in the nephew's room with my nephews. I think the thing that gets me is through all the pandemic, they ask me and question me, why don't you came and visit us? Why don't you came here? You don't care about your family and blah, blah, blah. Till the point I ended with a psychiatrist because I was, yes, and the guilt and the obligation and the moral obligations and I don't get invited to the family trip, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. They might give me a family tree of events that I'm supposed to. I have the obligation to go, and the ones I'm banned of. I'm not gonna be invited. That's what I want.
It's very, very sad. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay now. I think it's the thing I needed to understand many things and set my boundaries and that kind of stuff that I have with all my family, the relationship with my dad, the power and the money and the but today I couldn't help myself when the girlfriend and the ex-husband, I didn't say hi because there was a lot of people, so I didn't even recognize the girlfriend because I saw her once in my life, and I saw this girl waving to me, so excited, and I only say with my head, "Hi," with the eyes, "Hi."
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then she came running to me and tried to give me a hug, and I step back and say, "Hi." And then here the ex-husband come and hug me. And he's not a touchy person. He don't want to be touched. He don't like to be touched. And it was very like, oh, I know you hate me, but I love you. And say, I don't hate you. And where is your family? And he started to, oh no, my mom, no, not that family. My family, where is it? Where are they? And he was mute. And I said, be right back. I'm gonna wanna see the show.
Hmm.
Yeah,
How old is he?
43.
Oh, okay. How long has he and your sister been divorced?
Legally, all the thing already done.
Like
3 years.
yeah. Separated and like done.
Legally, the papers and all of that 3 years.
And
yeah.
is she with somebody else?
Now, yes, she is. And she's gonna remarry this
Oh,
year.
she is?
He.
Oh, he is going to.
Yeah. She was showing her ring, her engagement ring, the girlfriend. Oh, the fiancé now. Yeah.
So maybe
how are they?
next time her
Is she
new
nice to the kids? The fiancé?
She was very bossy because my sister is very. She loved her voice and she loved making the things herself. So he made a beautiful table with the cake and the everything and the balloons and all the theme that it was Jurassic Park. She made all by herself.
So he goes to the party too, like, okay, yes?
And the nannies were helping with everything because they're not only nannies, they are help with everything because the kids are not that little anymore.
Right. But
Francesca,
not that.
Francesca was very bossy with them.
Okay, but that's good too, because I mean, like, I could see a big party, but like a birthday party, just like that, they might do by themselves with each kid. You know what I'm saying? Usually.
Yeah.
And so your sister has them always there around the kids?
Yeah, because she made all the work in the world with psychologists for the children, for her and her ex-husband, how to manage this co-parenting situation.
Okay.
She was very concerned. She's very responsible. For me, it's like the best mom of my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
And I love her being such a good mom. And she, yeah, of course, she include him and in the birthday party. She doesn't, and because they have in Cancun already a birthday party the day of the birthday.
Right.
But she is like in a calm way, quiet place in her life, and she's happy. She's like enjoying life again, but her boys are her priority. So she wants the best for them. She wants her father and all the in not all but in their birthdays and such, you know.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, has it always been that way? Like even when they first got divorced?
Yeah. Yes, even if they are not extrovert people. They don't fight, like scream or violent, no, because she didn't want to upset the kids. Always the kids first in her head, in the, and in what she does, how she take care of them.
Okay. So
So
yeah, but why did they divorce? They sound like they get along pretty well.
yeah, apparently in the exterior, but they were very. He's a very passive man.
Uh-huh.
He didn't want a divorce because for him that was all right to be in a relationship without love.
Okay.
That was enough for him, and the appearances, and that's it. But she was not happy,
Right.
so she was and she dragged him to therapy, couples therapy. She tried everything, but she
He
didn't.
just said he fell out of love. He didn't love her anymore.
They were not. They were not happy together, but he was willing to go on like that. But she, after everything she tried for years, he told right to her face and the face of all the psychologists, I don't want to work in the relationship. For me it's fine like that, like this.
Oh.
And my
In
sister,
other words, the thrill was gone.
the what?
The thrill was gone.
Yeah, and they were married for 12, 14 years. They were together for 16 years. Yeah.
Right.
So if you're 40 or 39 and you don't want to work in your relationship for your wife to be happy and you can have a healthy and happy marriage, and you said, no, I don't want to work in that, I'm okay like this, like friends, we're companions. Well, my sister wasn't happy, and she was like, I want to work in this, I want to have more in my life. She wasn't even 40 and she was unhappy.
Well, she just wanted to improve and just wanted more out of the relationship that he wasn't willing to try to work on. So
Yeah, I think she was growing up inside, and he never did. He stayed at the same place.
yeah, yep.
Maturity wise.
Maturity wise.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wants to stay in the same comfortable zone with the pretty wife and the exteriors of. They really seemed like a happy family, but they weren't.
Right.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That came out nice, Carolyn.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a little pine cone tree in that when it's done.
It'll be cute. And it's got little Christmas bell or something on there with the flowers
Christmas
too.
all stuff. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Just non-functional.
Boy, family dynamics can sure get complicated.
Certainly
yeah.
does.
I gotta cut your nails, Desi.
Sorry for taking so much time talking about my family.
No, that's
We
okay.
love hearing about your family, Alicia.
Oh, thanks. So
We just,
Well,
need, a
I do
we just need a
anyway.
whiteboard.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say, even though Deborah needs a whiteboard,
Okay, I'm gonna do one. I'll put it in the Slack, and then I have a might have a tutorial.
Yes,
With
with
my
some
family tree.
pictures.
actually, Kevin said he actually could follow it. So maybe
He
I'm the
did.
only one that needs the whiteboard.
Well, I needed a little clarification, but now I think I have it.
I was getting
Kevin-
really lost.
Kevin need or doesn't need a whiteboard?
No, he said he actually followed what you were saying.
Oh, good, Kevin.
Yeah.
Hope you
Better than me.
hope you returned your octopus thing to the store.
Octopus.
I don't know what that means.
You
either.
missed that conversation.
The longer I'm staying here, the more confused I'm getting, I think.
Yes, because people go, they go to sleep, they woke up, and we're like,
Yes, that's what we do.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I watched that whole documentary last night.
I
Yeah,
did
I
too.
know.
But I was kind of getting dinner ready and things like that, because it's that time for me, So I couldn't actually really sit in 100%. But like I said, I'd seen it but years before. So
Yeah, but you can hear all the.
Mhm. Yeah. But sometimes I hear it, but I'm not. Do you know what I mean? It's not really going in. Like it's just kind of no. If I'm thinking about something else, focusing on what I'm doing in the kitchen, I'm hearing it, but it's not. No, there's no comprehension there. So, no comprende. Yeah.
Now comprende.
Yeah. So that's kind of, I think, where I was at last night. I think I was hearing the words, but having trouble focusing 100% of the time. I'm kind of feeling like that again, too.
Sorry about the family tree.
What about it? Oh, no, that's okay.
Next
That's
time
all right.
I'm gonna be in camera with my big whiteboard.
All right. I'll look forward to it. And I'll be able to see it all there, all mapped out, and know who you're talking about in relation to who else you're talking about.
Yeah. Sorry.
No apology needed. It's just I have trouble following stuff like that. I think I always
No,
get
me too. To explain
always
it
get,
in English.
like I was thinking, now is that which sister has that husband? And I start asking, and I'm thinking all these things, and while I'm thinking them, you're still explaining, and I'm missing that part too. So yeah, no, it's not you, Alicia. It's probably just me.
I don't think so, but thank you. Oh, that's a cutie.
It is.
He's looking to the fridge.
Yeah.
To Jimmy. So, Carlin, if the trial is going to be televised?
Trial? Which trial?
Of the father.
Oh yeah, it is televised. You can watch last week.
Okay. I'm going now.
Yes, Alicia, just when I went in before and looked on YouTube, there's 7 hours from one of those court channels like LM, whatever it is, just in one day. So there must be more as well because it's on the third day.
Okay. Yes.
Just
It
go into
began
YouTube and
like
check it out.
4
They'll be
days
on
ago.
YouTube. Yeah, they'll be on YouTube.
Thank you.
I'm not going to watch 7 hours of it though, sorry, unless we're really going to go down the rabbit hole. I'll just watch a few things. There was quite a few little
I
mini
love the
documentaries.
recaps when they make the recaps and they're like 20 minutes.
Yeah, the highlights. You'll have to maybe just look at a few of those.
Yeah.
I have some catching up to do, as I said earlier, also on it. So I do too as well. But 7 hours. Well, that's
Well,
not.
that was just
really,
one day.
yeah, that's not really in the card. But maybe just catch up on some highlights and.
Yeah, in the end, the beginning arguments. No, they have another name. The first statements. I'm juggling with words.
Oh, the opening
Statements? No.
Yeah.
Arguments?
Well, statements, I think. I don't know. But yeah, I know what.
Sorry,
I know
I'm confusing you, Deb.
The way they set out what they're going to prove and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and to see the face of that murderer.
Evil eyes.
Can you mute that microphone over there so I can turn this one on?
All right, now I can
guess
see. Oh no, you got to shut the volume off there too, otherwise it'll do it. Desi. No, Desi was jumping on my legs. He wanted to go sit down, and I was over there doing the crafts, so I had to come over here and sit down. Right, Desi?
Hi, Desi.
Desi wanted to sit down. Who's that, Desi? Who's that?
You're a cutie.
Who's that?
A voice from somewhere, but I don't know where.
Yeah,
funny,
Desi wanted
too.
to snuggle. Yeah, Deborah, sorry.
It's funny. No, I was just gonna say it's funny too. How you watch a dog watching TV or something.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
We're all here in a comfortable silence.
Yeah.
You knew Jimmy
was
wore
kinda-
black socks? Are you wearing black socks?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I always do.
he always does.
How could he see his ankles?
I don't know. I guess he
not-
saw Jimmy's socks. Billy boy.
Okay. There you
Yeah, we get
go.
those the yellow or
Oh.
Gold toe.
gold toe, black thick sock, whatever. Or the one with the green line on them, same thing.
I was on the spotlight camera and I was only seeing your hands and your decoupage. So now I've switched it. So now I can see how he could have seen Jimmy in the background there.
Oh yeah.
I did
yeah.
Yeah, because I was just on the spotlight camera on my
Yeah.
screen, so I could just see
I did
you.
I did exactly the same thing, Deborah.
So now I see how he could see his ankles.
Hi, Alley Cattails.
That was so fun looking at that stuff that Allie Cattails showed us.
I know.
Was that yesterday?
That was last night, yeah.
So, yeah, so many cute things and so interesting and just, oh yeah, amazing.
Gold toes for the win.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh, Billy boy.
I bet a museum would be interested in a lot of that stuff, Alley Cat Tales.
Yeah, you could spend a long time looking at everything, couldn't you?
Yeah.
It's a lot of
That's why
stuff.
I kept wondering what they're going to do with it all.
865
Didn't she
7001.
say that they would just kind of divide it up and then whatever's left? I don't know.
There was a lot of stuff
Sharon's
there.
having a party. Sharon, did you get the message in Slack from me?
Hi, Ali girl. I missed yesterday's live. I'm gonna watch the recap. Maybe tomorrow or later. I don't know.
Maybe Sharon's still having trouble getting in. I don't know.
Nope, she said nope. Sharon,
Yeah.
can't you just download a new Slack app to your phone and then log in with your old credentials? Hi,
yes,
Pamela.
Ali girl. It's me. Hi, Pamela.
It was so humid here. Ugh. I took
Yeah,
a
here
bike ride, a
too.
long bike ride. I was so sweated. And then I just said, I'm jumping in the lake. And the kids were fishing, and I went swimming, and I was swimming until like 8:30. It was dark, so dark by the time I was
Oh.
finished, but it felt so good.
Hello.
And then I didn't.
Wow.
This is just.
Good.
That's why I told my hair, everything. I just, no makeup, no hair. I just jumped under the water. I couldn't. I was just, so hot and sweaty.
Hi, Liza. Yeah, is a storm on the way, Carolyn?
We
or is
had
it just
storms all
humid?
day, on and off.
Ah.
But it was just hot and humid, and I had to go for my bike ride, and I rode for about an hour, and then I just said, oh my gosh, I'm so sweaty, I'm going swimming. Kids said, okay, we want to go fishing, so they were on the dock fishing, and I jumped in, and it was beautiful. I was the only one in the lake. And
Yeah,
it
nice.
was nice, yeah.
It's really draining, isn't it? Because I live where it's very humid half the year, and it's
Oh, but especially if you're exerting yourself, right? And then I swear, like
Yeah.
the sweat was just pouring down my face. My hair was soaking wet. I said,
yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
I'm jumping in.
And you just have to make sure, like living here, I have to drink a lot of water
Yeah.
because during that time, I drink a lot of water anyway, but that time of year, boy,
Just dying.
yeah, I know what humidity's like. Like I said, I'm not looking forward to it coming back, but it won't be long.
Yeah. And by the time I got my suit on and got back down to the dock, I was like, oh, and then I'm like, no, I'm going in. And it was beautiful.
I bet. Nice.
Malarkey. Well, Jeanette, prayers everything goes good with your biopsy there.
Yeah.
Sharon was over 100 with the humidity.
Mm.
I don't know what it
Over?
was. It was just so humid.
Mm.
Ugh.
Yeah. Here is humid all year long.
Oh,
Summer, winter, it's the humidity level is woof.
Well, see, to me, like this time of year, I don't know what humidity we get this time of year, but it would be high to some people, but to me, I'm used to it.
mm-hmm.
So it's never dry here. It's, it doesn't, so it's just, I think I'm used to it. Well, they're saying this, that the maximum humidity today was 95%. Now, it felt dry to me, with the minimum humidity dropping to 68%. So tomorrow's supposed to be 95% and minimum 71% humidity. But it didn't feel like 95% humidity to me today, but it could have been. It's just that the temperature probably is only in the upper 70s Fahrenheit,
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it stays humid here all year too. Maybe it's just gets more humid because for about 5 months we probably get an average 95% humidity every day. When the monsoon is coming and probably 100 degrees Fahrenheit every day. When the monsoon comes, you're so thankful for the rain. You really are. Because it does give you a little bit of relief. So, yeah, Alicia, I probably too say, that it's not humid here right now, but I guess to some people it would be.
Yeah. You're next to the Ecuador line.
Yeah, I'm close to
Yeah,
the equator.
yeah, me too.
So
Hmm?
daylight hours don't really
Oh, yes,
vary
I'll
that
close the
much.
door.
And, it's just the two seasons, probably like you, Alicia, a wet season and a dry season. Is that how it is for you?
I'm sorry, I was reading a
Oh, that's
comment.
okay.
A
Not
Uh,
wet
important.
season and a
uh,
dry season.
Do you have
oh,
that?
no. We
Oh,
always have
4
um
seasons.
no, we only have 2 seasons.
Oh, me
Summer,
too.
really summer, and the summer fading into a mild winter here in the
Uh-huh.
coast, but in the mountains and in the forest no. Uh where is my memory? The It's not the forest, it's the
Oh.
jungle. Wow. Well, here in the coast is like that. Now the winter is humidity. When you get in your bed and the sheets are all that they seem that they are wet because of the humidity. You know that
Right.
feeling.
Oh, yeah, yeah, gross.
Hmm. But cold, not hot, very cold.
I'll be back. I got a phone call. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Just trying to think of something through. Wow, that's amazing. That's crazy.
Caroline,
Yeah.
I saw you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, Sharon. Tropical climate but it had a word.
When did you see me?
Rainforest.
When did you see
That's a
me?
word.
Swimming?
I
You saw
see
me
you.
swimming?
No, I see you making your table.
Oh, okay.
So nice. And I remember when I first moved to Barcelona, I rented furnished apartments because I thought I was staying only for 2 years. And then I rented unfurnished because all Tuesdays the people throw their furniture and things and they don't use anymore to the street. So I began to go out on Tuesday nights and take tables and things and paint them by myself. But I don't have your skills and I only buy paint for good and just that. Yeah, it was my IKEA.
Your IKEA?
Yeah, my vintage IKEA.
Sorry, I got distracted by a cute animal picture. You're trying to follow a moving chat, Billy Boy? Sharon's retracting messages. Why? Sharon, I don't know how we're going to get you back in Slack. You have to. Well, I'll have to talk. We'll have to talk you over it on the phone. That's the only thing we can do. Okay?
She got Sharon download the app.
I told her to check it out, but she doesn't listen to me.
It's very easy.
She doesn't listen to me. I don't know why. Why don't you listen to me, Sharon? Download the app. Download the app. Oh, Alley Cattails needs your insight there, Billy Boy Blue. You're ashamed. Hi, the Captain Lee fan. How are you? Sorry to everybody I missed. Larky. Where is Danielle C? Have we seen Danielle C? No, right?
I haven't, but I was late to the party.
I think she's probably at her mother's. Let's see if we got it. Email. Scooter will be leaving the Horror Fest tomorrow. Let's see. Any new news on... Any new news on, let's just see, on that Shanna de Mambro.
Oh, sorry, Captain.
Okay, so it says now there's no criminal connection in the death of Shanna DiMambro, says the Como County Sheriff. It seems they're saying there's no obvious signs of a criminal offense, so they have ruled out homicide as the cause of death. Because of the COVID, the final autopsy toxicology is taking a little longer. They said 6 months to a year before the final results will be finished. Wow.
I think that's normal, Kathleen Fan. When you get the booster in your arm, you can move it, or it hurt when you. You have to wait 24 hours. So you all getting the second boost over there? Anyone?
No, I'm just looking at this thing. I can't believe it. Wow.
What?
That's a shocker. See if there's anything on the Trey McRae. I don't see anything there. Who is this? The person is called. What are they called? Zemby. I don't know who this is, but apparently. I don't know if she's a TikToker or what is she? They're going to town. I don't know. I don't know. Guess nothing so far. I have no idea what's going on. All right. You've already had 2 boosters, Sharon? All right, I guess we're going to go to, you guys can come to the Zoom if you want. Oh, there's Larky. She's right on time. Hi, Larky.
Hi, Larky.
You've already had 2 boosters, Sharon? All right, I guess we're going to go to, you guys can come to the Zoom if you want. Oh, there's Larky. She's right on time. Hi, Larky.
Hello.
Hi. You've already had 2 boosters, Sharon? Okay, so we'll see you guys in the chat. Hopefully you can come in. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you for helping out and always being great. And thank you everybody for watching. Billy Boy says MRB for life, low key. If someone would like to send me a private message, I'm not hard to find. How do we find you?
That's a good
I don't know
question.
how do we find you? Billy Boy Blue, where are we gonna find you, Billy Boy? How are we gonna find you to send you a private message? Thank you though for the super chat. I appreciate it. Oh, here comes everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Let me make.
Hi, Lark. How was the kitty?
The kitty is doing well.
Yay.
So I yesterday, well, it was last night when when you all were going to go to the documentary, I had seen that before, so I was like, and my son had been texting me, and I didn't really agree with the way that the clinic had told them to feed him, and I didn't think he was probably feeding well. So I made the gruel and in my bullet and took it up there and fed him, and
He might be kind of a
stayed
big
there
deal.
and fed him again, and he's looking good. And you know, it's just concerning to my son because he's not you know, that's his baby, and he's not been around that before, so he doesn't like that he's bloody and crusty and drooly, and he's just going to be that way for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's looking good.
What did they do for him?
His chin and the front part of his mouth and teeth were all degloved.
I can't imagine how that happened, but my gosh, you know. What was that?
Well, because his fingernails, his nails are all shredded up, he was clearly drugged by a car. So he was hit by a car.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that's what happened.
It's amazing he's blind. Wow.
Yeah. And he's a sweetie, so. But yeah, he's doing good. But they discharged him and said feed as normal. And I just was like, if you're feeding hard food, how would you feed that to a cat whose mouth has just been reconstructed and has no front teeth? That makes no sense. So
Yeah, that was dumb.
yeah. But yeah.
Well, good thing he has you around.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Bye. Thank you.
Honey,
See you tomorrow. Please give this a thumbs up on your way out the door. Share it out there with your friends. Billy Boy, don't forget to give it a couple thumbs up. All right. See you later. He's waiting for you, Allie. Hi, Whisper.
Bye, Alley Cattails.
Good night, Whisper.